Hey, welcome everybody to the 4K Lowdown. My name is David, and with me today is Alex Figueroa from Geeks and Flix. We have a special episode of Hi-5. Alex, how you doing, brother?
I am doing outstanding. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Sorry. This is awesome. And again, remember I told you before we got on here, we were backstage, and I said I gotta get the remove the wet vac, and it
hmm
still did not move
It's
the
still,
stupid.
and you didn't have a chance to paint it,
I didn't
so
move it, son of a
yeah,
bitch.
yeah,
Ugh, yeah. Nah, it's great.
that's that's fine. So we got that in the corner. That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's
Um,
okay.
and my partition is going up, so my
Yeah,
granddaughter doesn't come
that's
in.
all right. That's how you know we're
Ah,
live, baby. Anything
yeah,
happens
we're
live.
live. Everything happens live.
That's right. Anything can happen. Love
Yep.
it.
All right. So before we get rolling, I want you to
Mm.
go ahead and let's talk about your sites. Let's talk about your website, Instagram, all that good stuff. Go ahead, shamelessly plug everything you got.
All right, so if you want to check out the website, we have an official website for Geeks and Flix. There we have the entire catalog for the Action Movie Guys podcast. So we have the entire audio. So right today we released the newest one is A Good Day to Die Hard, which is episode 161. Um, and the video, I'm still trying to catch up to that. So that's up to 83, which is The Mummy Returns. So if you want to check out the website, it's www.geeksandflix.com. We have merch there. We have, again, the podcast. We have some live stream videos there that you could check out, old ones. Then we have the Patreon if you want to join the Patreon. And then, of course, Instagram, which I am not big on social media. So if you guys really know me and stuff and you go, man, you only have like 80 posts or whatever, I am not a big posting guy. So just to let you guys know, I don't post much, but I'm trying to promote as much as I could. But in Twitter, I do a lot more. I'm more on Twitter because it's easier for me. I feel like it's an easier platform just to put up stuff. So I'm on Twitter, Geeks and Flix, and again, Instagram, Geeks and Flix. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can check that out. And then on Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern, me and my friend Nate, we get together on Mondays and we have a great show. We have live shows, and it's cool because we have 5 topics every month that is the same. So we have a unique one too. We have this or that that's coming up this week with Stephanie from Out by the Popcorn. She's gonna help us. It's a debate topic, so we're gonna have what a woman wants versus Pretty Woman. So I'm debating what a woman wants while Nate is debating Pretty Woman, and she has to decide which of the two is the best one.
She's
So
going to be the mediator in that.
yes. So
Make
it's
the
actually
judgment
going to
call.
be pretty fun because we're not into rom-coms. If anyone that follows me and Nate, we just cover action movies and horror, sometimes horror, but it's
Yeah.
pretty fun to throw stuff like that.
Yeah. Speaking of Nate, Nate jumps in and says he'll catch the replay, but dropped a thumbs up. So you guys go ahead and smash that like button when you jump on. Really appreciate it. Um, and I know you don't need the subscribe love as much as I do, but I mean, if you guys are not following Geeks and Flicks on YouTube, definitely do it. And and just so you know, Alex, I recently just hit the 100 mark,
Yeah, sure.
and largely due to you and Nate being on your show. I really appreciate the love. It was awesome. So now I'm at 104, so it's actually
It's going up.
progressing nicely. So yeah, it's great. Turner fans on the show.
Hey, Turner.
Turner, yeah, thanks for being on, bro. He was with me for our end the month show to where we talked about what we bought over May,
Okay.
and we did what we called take two, where we took two of the ones that we watched and we recommend them to other people. So
Nice.
that was kind of a cool thing, and we got Robert on the show. Robert, thanks for joining us. And he says, I am on my way to see Crimes of the Future. So thanks, brother. I hope you enjoy that. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, it's movie night.
Yeah.
Thursday for the guys are movie night. They go to that theater, bro. Nate too.
Yeah.
If it's not the Rangers playing, most likely he's watching the Rangers. But yeah.
Okay.
Let's
And
see.
then
I
Turner fan just
pre-ordered.
ordered What a Woman Wants. So
Yeah, me
he's
too.
getting ready. He's gonna
Yeah,
voice his opinion on that show.
yeah. I'm there Monday to see you guys debate this crap. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, no, I had to go to the theater to see Pretty Woman with my girlfriend, and it was quite possibly one of the worst experiences I've had. But I'm not a romantic comedy fan at all.
Mm-mm.
Which
No.
is great because my wife's the same way. So for Valentine's Day with my wife, I says, okay, I want to take you to the theater. You can watch whatever you want
Well, that's a
for
nice wife.
Valentine's Day. And she goes, I want to watch John Wick too. And I was like, I love you.
Well, you know
So,
what? It was hard for me. It was hard for me because my wife is into that Twilight shit, and I was like, but you know what? I stuck to my guns,
yeah,
and I said, listen, playing at the same time, I could watch John Wick, you could watch Twilight, and it's a kind of a win-win situation for me.
exactly. We're,
But
yeah,
no, she was like, you know what? We'll go John Wick because I know you want to watch. I said, you damn right, because there was no way I was gonna sit down for 2 hours to watch.
that's not your
Um,
pencil. That's not your pencil. My granddaughter is trying to
oh no,
get
I
my
see. She
pencil.
wants to be on the show.
You want to be on? She wants my pencil because it's pink. Huh?
Nice.
I know. I know. Go see Mama.
No, but yeah, I mean, but that's the situation where we have. But no, my wife is always cool. The only thing is that I don't do much, and she knows that, so she goes out with her friends when she has to.
For sure.
Because I never seen none of the Twilight. I was never going to see it.
Yeah.
No. But I do have some. I like the proposal. Where
I like the proposal. That was good.
yeah, that's a good one. Kate and Leopold. I don't know why I like Kate and Leopold, but
I don't know why you like that one either.
I like Kate and Leopold. I don't know why.
I don't know.
But, yeah.
You know what one always gets me? The one I like the most is
Okay.
Always.
Always?
Yeah. It's
Ah,
Richard Dreyfuss, Holly Hunter,
no.
and he's a smoke jumper, so he flies the planes that drop the water on the forest fires and stuff. And
Okay.
then he ends up dying, and his ghost is kind of following her around while she's trying to move on with her life.
That
And
sounds creepy.
it's well, and I
A
I
stalker.
tell that to my wife. I said, if I'm going to watch something with romance in it,
Yeah.
there's got to be a ghost in it, or something's got to blow up, and then
Mm,
that's kind of one of my rules. But Always is my favorite romantic comedy. But yeah, it turns out it's a really good story.
okay.
So if you get a chance to check it out, it's fun. But yeah, um, not that I expect Richard Dreyfuss to be in a romantic comedy at all, but Holly Hunter was great. She's amazing in that movie.
Wasn't she in Batman v Superman? She was the governor.
Oh, I think you might be right.
Isn't she the one that she went and opposed Lex Luthor in the court?
Yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah.
Holly. Yep, that's her.
Okay.
Yep, you are correct, sir.
All right.
All right.
I knew
So,
something was right.
yep, it's got yeah. As long as I'm like a broken watch. I'm right twice a day. So, um, and I'll take it. So what we're going to do is we're doing a show called Hi-5, and what that means is I had you pick 5 of your favorite movies,
Mm-hmm.
and what we're going to do is we're going to score them, and going to throw that,
That's
turn
why
the
I
fan,
asked you.
and then turn it. Never seen Always. If you get a chance, bro, check it out. I've got probably half a dozen or so romance movies that I liked that I really liked, and it's kind
Okay.
of like musicals. I am not a musicals fan, um, but there's like a half a dozen or so that I've been able to get through. Um, so anyway, what we're going to do with Hi-5 is we're going to take 5 of your favorite movies and we're going to score them in the Lowdown format. And for those of you that aren't aware, the Lowdown format basically takes 10 aspects of the movie that you want, and it's based on I have 5 aspects that I want in every movie, and those are: I want a good cast, I want acting solid, I want a good plot, I want a nice ending, and I want a good story. So that's the same that holds true for every movie that I watch.
Okay.
Then the other 5 are based on the genre, because what I want in an action movie I don't necessarily want in a drama, and what I want in a horror movie I'm not going to want in a comedy.
Gotcha.
um, and then that's the next 3 are based on the genre, and the final 2 aspects are based on the type of movie, like if it's a disaster film, spy movie, an adventure, musical, whatever, family film. So before we get started, I have a couple of Oh, okay. Wasn't she a senator? That's what you. I think she was a senator or congressman or something.
Yeah, I think she was big on the government list.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was some sort of politician,
yeah.
and really cool stuff. But before we get rolling, I have a couple of rapid fire questions I want to shoot to you.
Okay.
And this is just to kind of get the ball rolling, and then we'll jump right into the first movie. Okay, are you ready?
Let's do this. I'm
All
ready for
right.
some football.
Football
Let's go.
in this corner, weighing in. So, question number one:
Mhm.
How do you prefer to watch movies? Do you prefer to watch them in the theater, on digital media, or on physical media?
Oh, all right, this is a good question. Well, the problem that I have with going to the movies, if a lot of people follow me and stuff, is that I am a stay-at-home dad. My wife works in the surgery room, so pretty much I don't have time to go see brand new movies in a theater unless it's a highly anticipated movie that I really, 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 really want to see. Like whether it's the Batman, definitely going to the theater to watch it. Anything Ghostbusters 007, day one.
Yeah.
After that, I could wait. So I never seen Spider-Man No Way Home in the theater. That thing got spoiled day one for me. Same thing with Doctor Strange. I'm not gonna watch it till it releases. Top Gun is the same thing also, which is kind of a shame because I would have loved to see it in the theater on IMAX. But to answer your question, I would like to see it in the theater, but honestly, I don't have access to that right now. So in terms of physical and digital, honestly, I don't care. As long as if I can see the damn thing, I can see it. If I can hear it, I can hear it. But between the two, physical media, yes. But you know what? A lot of people are sleeping on digital, and digital looks the same as the physical if it's a really good conversion. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm a
But yeah,
hybrid.
yeah, that's okay. You can be
Yeah.
you can be divergent. It's fine. But yeah, for me, I prefer the theater also. But like you, I don't have a lot of time to do that. I did go see Top Gun on opening day, and that's one of the rare times I actually go on opening day. But I try to maybe catch one or two every couple of months, and it all depends on what's coming in. Otherwise, I'm a big physical guy. I like
Yeah.
the physical media. And you saw by my room, and it's in the background here. I collect a lot of physical media, so it's kind of my thing. All right,
But wait,
good.
one question I have for you though, because I know
Yeah,
you're a big physical media collector. But the
yeah,
question I got to you: let's say it's a movie that you couldn't get your hands on physical, but they
yeah.
have it digital or streaming. Would you still watch it, or you would go, I'll wait for it when it comes out and I get my hands on the disc?
I would still go streaming or digital if the opportunity was there and I couldn't get it on physical. Like
Right.
for example, the Tomorrow War, which is
Okay.
on Amazon Prime with Chris Pratt. That I'll see streaming because there's no physical release yet. And there's some stuff on Netflix that hasn't been released physical. So I do have streaming services, and I will watch something. Like for example, if I don't know if it's going to be good or if I want to buy it, I'll watch it on streaming first.
Yeah.
I don't try to blind buy anymore. I've made that mistake too many times and gotten burned for it. So I will do streaming, but I would prefer to put the disc in, throw on my surround sound speakers, and just kick
No,
back in my recliner and go for it.
I do too, but lately I've been like, you know what? Like, if I could get my hands on it, yes. But if I have the like Sonic 2, it's already on I think it's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm not waiting 3 weeks for it to be announced on disc and showing stupid covers and all this. I was like, I could watch it now. I'm gonna watch it now. Like, we have that. I could understand the people that want the physical because they want the rawness of the files and the thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's great, but you know what? As a content creator or someone that I don't review, but I'm saying that someone that does review whether the movie or anything, you want it as soon as possible. You know what I mean? And if you
Hmm.
get it 45 days after the theater, money is you're gonna sit down and you're gonna watch it streaming, and then if you like it, you buy it
Exactly.
physical and then rewatch it, and then you all
Yeah.
in your glory. So
Yeah. And like, well,
um
yeah, watch it anytime I want after
I,
that.
I'm sorry. I made it
No,
into like
that's
a
total.
whole
No, that's totally
question.
cool. All
Yeah.
right. So love your answer. Let's go to question number 2. Question number
Okay.
2 is, what is your favorite snack and beverage for movie watching? And this can be
Okay.
theater or home, but what's your go-to
All right.
grindage that you
So
want?
in the theater, I have nothing. Maybe
Okay.
just a water because I don't want to eat something and then halfway through the movie, my stomach starts to go, and I'm
Especially
like,
when you
shit,
get
I
that
gotta take a
popcorn with the
dump.
butter and you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
I'm like, damn, I'm gonna look like Harry from Dumb and Dumber. Gotta run to find the toilet and then blow it up. But or you gotta use the bathroom. I mean, the last time that happened to me was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh my goodness.
We ate something. I think my wife wanted nachos. So I was eating it beforehand, and next thing you know, like halfway through the movie, my stomach just started to go, and I'm like, oh, I could hold it. I couldn't
Mhm.
hold it. I said, yo, I gotta go. So
Yeah.
halfway through the movie, I got up, I left it, and it was just a lot. But I don't like that feeling because it's not like you pause and play. Because now I lost
Yeah,
X amount of
you have
time.
to go and now
Right.
you miss that part of the movie.
But to answer your question at home,
Yeah.
I do popcorn corners. I'm
Okay.
not big on stuff like that. And I'm a big Twizzlers guy.
Oh, nice.
I love
Nice.
Twizzlers. And then in terms of soda, I'm not good with the soda. I'll do Coke Zero, but I'm
Mhm.
mostly water.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm drinking honey tea, and then
Okay.
I have water inside the. There you go. Yeah, I'm the same thing.
Got my
I'm a
tea.
herbal tea guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
a total tea guy, tea and water, but yeah, I do have my Coke Zero.
just in
That's
case.
just in
Yep.
case. That's just the one. But yeah, I totally agree. Pop
Yeah.
Culture 33 jumped on, said
Hey,
hello.
Evan,
So
my boy
that's
Evan.
awesome. And then Turner fan says Northman is on Peacock
See, and
tomorrow.
I'll be watching Northman tomorrow on
Yeah,
Peacock.
I already pre-ordered it, so
Yeah,
I'm getting the 4K on the 7th. I'll probably wait for that, but if it gets delayed or something happens, then yeah, I'll probably end up watching it on streaming.
there you have it.
Um, Pop Culture 33 says I hate eating during movies. I don't want to hear people smack.
He
That
means
is the
lip
number one
slapping.
reason I don't go to the theater. I Yeah, okay, I totally get that. I understand. And it's kind of funny, but I always kind of wonder about that because I mean, my go-to snack in the theater
Oh,
is always popcorn, and but I totally get your point to where it's like your stomach's rumbling and you're like, okay, I got to get out. Um, I can generally get through that, and then my go-to drink is always tea, but sometimes in the theater you can't get tea,
yeah.
so I got to settle for Coke Zero. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I'll do Coke Zero or I'll do water if I'm like, okay, I can't do the soda. My body knows when it's like, nope,
Well, not even that.
don't do.
Like you don't even know the carbonation to water ratio of those
Right, you
things.
know
It
if it's
tastes
going to
like
be all
shit.
syrup or it's going to be just
Yeah.
flat or yeah, you have
The
no idea.
worst is if you're sitting in the middle, right? Because you get the best seat in the house, and it's
Yeah,
one of the best movies, and then you eat the worst thing, and then you're like, "Oh my
you got to
god, I
and you
gotta
got to get
get up."
through the crowd and you're like
Yeah.
messing
Imagine
everybody
me
else
yelling
up.
at the crowd. Can you
Yeah.
please get the fuck up? I gotta use the bathroom.
Excuse me. I got
Excuse me.
to.
God
This
damn
is
it.
going to get bad for everybody if I don't leave now.
You
Um,
shitting across the thing.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Move. I got to make my own chocolate. I got to get out.
Yeah, it's an
Let me out
everlasting gun stopper right now.
now. Exactly. This is not going to end well for anybody. Nobody's going to be happy if I don't get out of here.
Oh, that's so
I
funny.
totally get it. But yeah, my go-to at the theater is usually popcorn. My go-to at home is chocolate covered banana chips.
You know, I never had that.
And
That sounds yummy.
it's so good. I take I have this cup. Then on top of the cup is a bowl. So if I have something in the drink, I have something in the cup that's full of ice and stuff. It's nice and cold, and then I have frozen chocolate covered banana chips in the bowl that sits on top, and I can just sit there and just snack and drink my tea and watch whatever I want. That's my go-to at home. I can't get that in the theater anywhere. I've never seen chocolate covered banana chips anywhere, but I will buy that in bulk at the local grocery store. I say local, it's an hour drive for me, but local grocery store, I will buy bulk like pounds of chocolate covered banana chips and throw them in the freezer. And
Well,
then
you
just
don't want
snack.
chocolate covered banana chips from a theater.
No, just like you don't want gas station sushi. You don't
Yeah.
want chocolate covered banana
Gas
chips.
station burritos.
Gas station
Like, you know,
burritos,
you
gas
don't want
station
that.
Nukem, the ones that are like that long and they say
Yeah.
red hot on the front of
You
it.
don't
You're like,
want those.
oh, something's gonna be on fire later. That's not gonna end well.
Yeah, salmonella. Like it just should say
Yeah.
warning, salmonella
It's
inside.
sort of- yeah,
Inside of
there's a lot of
salmonella.
yeah. Warning: may cause E. coli.
Don't
Take-
forget your complimentary salmonella
You
on
get
your
your
way out.
yeah, and you know, be sure to schedule your colonoscopy for the next day because it will clean you out.
Comes with one,
Here-
one free parking ticket for your colonoscopy visit.
Here's your parking validation for your colonoscopy. Your complimentary defibrillator will be in the mail.
Oh Jesus!
Clear. Tuh. Ah. All right. So let's go to question 3. Really simple.
Okay.
And I think I know the answer. What's your favorite genre?
You know, all right. So I do like action.
Yeah.
I'm a big action guy.
Yeah.
But a lot is sci-fi.
Nice.
Sci-fi action.
Okay.
I love action movies.
Yeah.
That's how we got the podcast.
So you get the combination. Like, okay, so
Yeah.
are you an Alien or Aliens guy?
I'm an Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, me
so,
too.
And then,
Nate and I had that conversation. He's an Alien guy. I'm an Aliens guy.
yeah.
Because I like the action part more
Yes.
so. Yeah.
I'm the same way. So I fall under the line of like Aliens, Demolition Man, Judge Dredd, 90s version of Judge
Okay.
Dredd. So like a Fifth Element. Like I love stuff like that. I love movies like that.
Okay,
Starship
nice.
Troopers.
Oh yeah.
So for me, those are my bread and butter. But of course, action is my number one, thing. But don't sleep, because a lot of people are like, because people got a notion, because I say I don't like horror movies, that I don't watch horror movies. My wife is a big horror movie fan. I watch it. I just don't talk about it like as much. I do watch dramas. I do watch a lot of stuff, but my bread and butter is sci-fi and action. So yeah.
So Pop Culture 33 asks, do you guys go to the theaters with full dinner meals and fancy set seating? No.
Well,
That's-
I'll say this: if my theater allows it, hell
Yeah.
to the mother effing yeah.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it when I did it in Universal. Wait, was it Universal? No, Bologna Sandwich. It was in South Carolina. We went for Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
And one of the AMCs there had a dine-in. That was the first time. And it was Expendables 2 that I saw eating from there. It was amazing. I had a martini. I was like, what the hell? I was like,
Dinner.
this is
What the heck is
amazing.
going on? That's
I
like
thought I was in heaven. I was like,
crazy.
look at this.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man,
I
that's
loved
funny. I mean, the closest thing I've come to that was I went to Medieval Times, and you get the roasted chicken and the potato and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and the
Pepsi.
goblet of ale, and you're watching jousting and sword fighting and all kinds of crap. And they're coming into the crowd. So that's the closest thing I've come to dinner in a movie like that. But otherwise, yeah, I've done nachos once. That didn't work out well. The cheese sauce
Yeah.
just goes everywhere. I've done the hot dogs or the chicken nuggets or something like that because I go there and I'm like, dude, I am so hungry right now. I'm gonna bury a large popcorn and it's not gonna be pretty.
No.
But it never works out well. It's never get food at I mean, if there's a high end thing, I mean, the theater that I usually go to that has the iced tea, they also do beer, and they have what they call Cinco de Drinko, where on Mondays you can go there and get $5 beers
Whew.
and watch whatever you want. And I was like, okay, that's tempting. I haven't been able to do it yet because it's only on Mondays, and generally Monday nights I'm not available. But one of these days I'm gonna do Cinco de Drinko, and I'm going for that. But
Bring a big ale.
I know it's just a small one. But if I'm gonna order like 4 of them and put them in my gallon with put it in the hat with the straws.
Yeah, that would be so funny. Yeah, only hot dogs I get is for the baseball games. But yeah, no, to answer your question, but yeah, that's pretty much sci-fi action.
Yeah, no, it's cool, awesome. Okay, question 4. who is on your Mount Rushmore of actors and actresses? So like 4 actors and actresses that you'd be like, if I know that person's in it, I don't care what the movie's about, I'm gonna go see it.
Oof. Hugh Jackman,
Cool.
Mel Gibson,
Okay.
Stallone.
Cool.
Oh man. The last one. Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Any female actress, any actresses that you would be
Oh,
like,
I thought it
dude.
was separate females.
No,
And...
it's no actors and actresses. So your
Oh,
top
okay.
4
In
all
terms of
time.
female, it would
Yeah.
be Charisse Theron.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else that you want to exchange for one of those other guys?
I would take out. Well, I do like Mel Gibson. I mean, I know he doesn't do box office movies because of the whole stuff he did, but
Yeah.
if I remove him, Denzel Washington,
Nice.
Clint Eastwood. Like I'm an old guy at heart, but like new stuff, like Chris Pine, I like.
Yeah.
There's a Star Trek. Like I'll watch anything Star Trek in the theater.
Oh yeah, me too.
Anything. So in terms of actresses, it's so hard with actresses for me because there's not much actresses out there. I don't watch drama, so like that whole thing doesn't work for me. So like Anne Hathaway, I like.
Okay. She's great as Catwoman. I was
she's
really
amazing.
impressed with her job.
Yeah, I'm starting to like Zoe Kravitz because of Catwoman portrayal. And then I saw Fantastic Beast of the Crimes of Griswold because of Johnny Depp. Oh, I love Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Besides the whole thing that happened, but as an actor, I like Johnny Depp. So yeah, that's my Mount Rushmore. I know it's 4. I gave you like 8.
You gave me you gave me like 23 people. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's a rock, so technically, if we shrink the heads, you can
shrink the heads. You can fit like multiple heads. You can make like a Brady Bunch thing, and you could do like 9 people with Alice in the middle, Charlize Theron in the middle, and then all the guys around the outside. Totally cool.
Oh, Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Tom Cruise is good. So yeah, we got Turner fans: Tom Cruise, Mel Gibson, Adam Driver, and Denzel Washington.
See, with Adam Driver, I'm a little still iffy because I know he played Kylo. I know he did other drama stuff, but I need him in a big ass blockbuster movie so I could be like, you know what, he could work. Now there was rumors that they want him to play Rambo on the reboot, which I was like, I don't know, it won't work for me, but he might because he is a military dude, so it might work. He could get that mindset. He used to be a Marine or something like that and got injured, but yeah, Adam Driver's not a good pick. Is a good pick.
Yeah, that's
a good one.
That's a solid. Yeah, that's a solid thing right there.
Marriage Story, he kills it. Turner fan said.
Nice.
All right. So what's the last question?
Last question.
We're like an hour into the 5.
No, we're only 30 minutes in. Oh. Totally fine. All right.
Ooh,
so
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman's a good one. See, my go-to for actress is Cate Blanchett.
She's good. Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock's always good, but Cate Blanchett, it seems like she can just play any role. Like you get her in Ocean's 8, and then she's in Nightmare Alley. She was amazing in Nightmare Alley. And then she was in the most recent Indiana Jones.
Where she was, Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and she was really good action fighting. So I think she can do it all.
Ragnarok, wasn't she? The sister?
Yeah, she's hella. Yeah. She's hella. Yeah.
Yeah. She was hot with the black hair.
Throw the horns out. Yeah. Okay, question number 5. And this might be a little bit of a tougher question, but I just want you to, off the cuff. What does movie watching mean to you?
Oh, it's simple. It's a gateway for me. It allows me to escape what I'm doing at the moment and just importing myself into that universe or into that world. Again, I'm a very private person. I mean, I talk to you offline. Only certain people know the stuff that I go through. But for me, movies, TV, Anything that allows me to escape my reality for just a second or two, I'm okay with it. Like it's so much fun to dive into a world, whether it's like a cyberpunk thing or which I love cyberpunk stuff. So yeah, so for me, movies for me is just putting myself into into that fantasy. If I was 007, I get so sucked into that, you know. If
Yeah.
I was Captain Kirk in the Starship Enterprise, or if I'm a Jedi, or well, actually, I will never be a Jedi. I'll be more dark side anyway.
You'd be a Sith Lord. It
I'll
was
be a
like, come
Sith
on.
Lord, to be honest. Yeah, Lord Figueroa, but
Darth
yeah,
Figueroa.
Darth Figueroa, Darth Al. That'll be my name.
Darth Al.
Darth Al. To be honest with you, but that's what I love about movies. You know, I don't care about what name franchise or branding the shit is. If the movie makes me feel great in it, then I'm there. You have me hooked. Let me just tell you, there's movies that are not as famous or whatever, and I love them to death
Oh,
because
me
I
too.
could feel myself in that universe.
Yep.
So if I was 007, I would have last 5 seconds. Oh man,
I know. If it depended on me getting the girl, no way.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you
I'd be
this: if
like,
you give me an expensive
yeah.
car, I'm crashing that shit in 2 seconds.
I'm just gonna be using the oil slick and firing the guns. And
I'm like,
oh
hey,
wait, I'm
Q.
out of ammo.
I'm like, hey Q, we got a problem here.
Q,
Hey, what is
there's
it,
not enough
007?
bullets.
I do not know how to drive manual. Do you have an
Yeah, I
automatic?
don't drive a stick. Do you have a? Yeah. Can you
Like,
get me a scooter or something?
yeah.
You know, I don't. You know, can you throw me a slingshot or a Can-Am? I'll be like,
That would be so funny, right? If you really
yeah.
think about it, like Q is giving you the whole rundown. Well, 007, the car comes with anti-theft system. You have fire-resistant seats. You have ice cream cone makers. You have everything in your car. And then you go, Q, I can't drive automatic. Well, fuck, 007. Here's 2 coins for the bus. Like, here's a plane ticket.
Here's some bus fare. Yeah.
Here's
I mean,
bus fare.
yeah. It's like, oh man, I can't drive a stick, Q. I mean, can you do it in
Yeah.
automatic? Oh, you know.
Here's my
Next,
Chrysler.
yeah. Next thing you know, you're gonna want power windows. Of
Yeah.
course.
You're a picky guy, 007.
Dang, you're so picky. Um,
Oh shit, that's funny. I never thought of that.
does it come in red? Can I get a red?
I never thought of that because it's always silver.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
I don't like
always.
silver. You guys got blue?
You got a blue? Do you have a nice?
Blue?
Do you have a you know? It was like great. You have all these weapons in it, but the car is yellow.
That's a shitty color.
Where's the cream filling? It looks like a giant Twinkie driving down the road. I can't hide from anybody. How am I trying to be I'm gonna I'll put the smoke screen up so they can't see me. No, you're in a fucking yellow car. You're gonna glow in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, in the earlier films, he had, I believe he had Mustangs, red Mustang. Roger Moore had a red Mustang. Timmy D. Dalton had a blue and white Aston Martin that looked like a Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was gonna say, didn't he have a black Mercedes? But that was the Transporter. It's a totally different thing.
Yeah, totally different movie.
Jason Statham could have been James Bond, but no, it didn't happen.
Could have, but he doesn't grow hair.
But he doesn't have. Yeah, he doesn't have any hair. I mean, he's handsome Rob, but he doesn't have any hair on his head. It's like
Nothing
me.
there.
Yeah. Another reason why I can't be 007. I haven't brushed my hair in 20 years. So. And I can't play Baccarat. I don't understand that game.
Yeah,
Trying to make 9, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. All right. That was the Hi-5 rapid fire questions. I loved your answers, bro. Thank you so much for taking part in that. I definitely want to continue doing that with my future guests. So I really thank you for being my guinea pig on that. My guinea pig. All right. So let's get to your 5 movies. So I threw them in the intro. So for those of you that saw the intro, was in there. Those of you that did not, we're going to get to them right now. Coming up first, we're going to talk about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
And let me just throw the poster up because
Yes.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. This is my favorite movie of all the Indiana Jones. Believe it or not,
Nice.
my favorite out of all of them. I don't know what it is. When I was a kid, this was the first Indy I saw. And come
Okay.
on, who's not gonna love it? It has railroads. It has like a roller coaster at the end when they're trying to get away from the people. I know it's dark, but that's why
It's
I'm part.
definitely darker than the other movies.
It's very dark.
Very dark. I
Yeah,
mean, I remember when you were talking about it on Geeks and Flix, and I just went, well, Molaram Sudaram. I totally get your point. Now, I'm a Last Crusade person. That was my favorite, but
that's my second. Yeah,
I loved all. I even liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, even though Shia LaBeouf kind of ruined the franchise. But there is going to be a fifth one. I've at least I've heard that there's going to be a fifth one.
well, no, there is.
So,
They released
um,
a promo shot during Celebration, Star
yeah,
Wars Celebration, because Disney owns the rights, so they showed a photo of him looking. So,
looking all
well,
Harrison
it's
Ford.
directed by James Mangold, Gold,
Okay.
so it's gonna look good.
I
Hopefully,
like this. Pop Culture 33 says I love movies because of it showing the beauty of the world and what we can improve.
yeah, yeah.
And I enjoy that. That's good. Well said. Um, all right. So first we're going to talk about the main five. So let's start with the cast.
All right.
I mean, and basically when you're doing the cast, what we do is we give 2 points if you know the person by face and name. Like if you go Harrison Ford, 2 points.
All right.
Okay. Everybody else, it gets added onto it until we reach 10.
Okay.
So if you recognize the actor by face and not name, or you're like, I know that person, but I can't remember what movie they're in, then they get 1 point. And then if it's like a full ensemble cast, like a whole bunch of people, then you add like a bonus point.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see. Harrison Ford. Everyone knows him. That's 2 points, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Willie Scott. To be honest with you, I don't even know her name. I know her from this movie only. So I guess that's
Right.
1 point.
1 point. Kate Capshaw is her name.
Yeah. I only know. I don't even. Yeah. So 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Short Round. I know he's from the Goonies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 points. Momara, 1 point. Because honestly, I don't even know his real name, and I know he's only been in this damn movie to me. I'm trying to figure out. I know Dan Aykroyd was in the movie, but that doesn't count because he was just a cameo.
Yeah, but he can get 1 point if you're like, "Hey, Dan Aykroyd." We'll give a
Yeah.
point for
So
that.
then, yeah, because I pointed. He's in the scene that when Indy is in the beginning running out of the Obi-Wan club,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going onto the plane, the cargo plane.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd is the one that tells him that he secured the plane. He goes, Dr. Jones. So yeah. Is those all the only main characters? I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So all right. So what we got? What's the totals?
Total we have is so you gave 2 points for Short Round.
Yep.
1 point for Kate Capshaw, 1 point for Amrish Puri, who was Mola Ram.
Mm-hmm.
2 points for Harrison Ford. 1 point for Dan Aykroyd. That puts it at 7.
There you go.
Nice. Okay. Now, based on that cast, who you recognized and even who you didn't, how was the acting in the movie? On a scale of 1 to 10, what did you think? I mean, it doesn't have to be that it was all about the acting, but if you're like, oh, okay, they were pretty solid, then you might give it a
So
7 or an
entire
8.
cast as a
Yeah.
whole.
As entire cast of a whole, if you go, oh, Harrison Ford was amazing, that gives a bonus point. Kate Capshaw was good. She gets 1 point, something like that. But yeah, just kind of as a whole, based on the score you gave for the cast, how good was the acting?
All right. Well, Harrison Ford. I mean, this is his role, so we all know that for a fact. So I guess a 10 for him, but Kate Capshaw is not good in this movie. Let's just be honest. She's
No,
horrible.
she can't act out of a paper bag, and that's probably why she hasn't done very many movies.
Yeah, and the only reason she got it is because she was banging Steven Spielberg. But isn't she the one that's married to him, or at the time, or
I think she was married to him for a while. Yeah.
yeah?
I don't think
they had kids together. So
Yeah.
yeah. So she just got it because she got let's go out to the kitchen.
Yeah. Find us something to eat.
Yeah. All right.
So
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 she's
Pop Culture
horrible.
33. Okay, yeah. Pop Culture 33 said Temple's actually at the bottom of his list, but still a great movie.
Heaven, heaven. Okay. So
All
Kate
right.
Capshaw, horrible actress. I will give her 2
Okay.
out of a 10 for
Okay.
2.
So I mean, but total income. So Harrison Ford, good. So
So the
like
cast, I'll give it
as
like a 7.
okay. So we're about even with.
Yeah.
So we're about even with the cast. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now for the plot. So for the plot, what I was trying to do before was actually just kind of read the back of the box. But as it turns out, I'm 52 years old and I can't see.
Can't read the back.
I can't read the back of the box without my magnifying glass behind me. So it's really weird. So we're gonna go. So we're gonna go to IMDb and
Okay.
read their plot, and then based on the plot, without knowing who is in it or anything else about it, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you be willing to see the movie or actually pay money to buy it? So it reads, in 1935, Indiana Jones arrives in India, still part of the British Empire, and is asked to find a mystical stone. He then stumbles upon a secret cult committing enslavement and human sacrifices in the catacombs of an ancient palace.
So now I have to give that a score.
You have to give that a score without knowing anything else about the movie. So if you just read that, would you be willing to see it? And how likely would you be willing to see it?
I would see it, but I would give it from the title itself. I will give another 7
Okay.
because it sounds pretty interesting. I mean, not
does.
knowing.
It does sound interesting. I'm like, oh, human sacrifices, and
I love that. And
I'm
a
like,
dark guy,
okay.
so yeah, that would work. Secret
Yeah.
cult, that's the shit.
Secret cult, yeah.
Human
sacred
sacrifice.
stone, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, 1935. Well, I'm not really that much of a period person, but yeah, it'd probably be something I'd check out. All right, so now the ending of the film. So after seeing the movie and getting to the end, and you have, basically knowing everything that happened, how would you rate the ending of the movie on a scale of 1 to 10? Did it give you all the answers that you wanted? Did you get closure? Was there something missing that you would have liked that might throw that score down a little bit?
No, I think the ending was perfect. He saved the village, and all the kids came out, and everyone was crying, and they're like, Andy, it's Dr. Jones, and everyone's all hugging him, yeah, I think it was a beautiful ending because he said that the kids were slaves, man, and he saved the kids from being slaves, and they all came out running because I don't know, I thought it was beautiful. Come on, we still have that iconic scene in the bridge when he cuts the damn thing.
Yeah.
So that's a plus for me, man. That's
right.
I think the ending, honestly, is a really strong ending. If you really think of the content of what it was trying to tell you about the slavery and everything, and I liked it. I thought it was great. So with that, I'm not going to give it a perfect 10 out of a 10. I'm going to slap it with a 9. I think it holds up.
Slap it with a 9.
I'm
Nice.
going to slap that sucker with a 9.
Slap it with a 9. 9!
9!
And that's German for no. 9!
Slap it for 9. Yeah.
Slap it with a 9. So Jared Renner says, "What's up, y'all?" Jared, thank you for joining us.
Jared?
Turner Fan 77 says he hasn't seen it in 15 years.
Oh,
he still pre-ordered the 4K Steelbook, and I did too.
Oh, we all did.
Yeah,
I own them, but yeah, I gotta get it again.
And Pop Culture 33 says most people don't know that Temple is a prequel.
Yeah.
Great tidbit. And Jerry pops in. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, what's up, Jerry?
Thanks for joining us. All right. So the next thing, so the fifth thing in the first 5 aspects is the story. Okay. So what we're looking for in the story is, did it have a good beginning, middle, and end? Did it answer all your questions? Did everything come to fruition? There wasn't any holes left. Things like that. What did you think about the story?
So the story in Indiana Jones, I mean, were there blips? Yeah, there is. I mean, It's not a perfect story.
Yeah.
But I like what it was, what it was trying to do. He stumbles upon by luck this village, and they need his help to rescue kids that are being slaves. For the guy who rips the heart out, for Mama Ra, whatever his name, Mumra, whatever. And I think it worked. To be honest with you, I'll give it an 8. I think the story, I give it an 8. I mean, it's not a 9, it's not a 10, but I think 8 works because honestly, is there holes? There is, but when you watch it, it's an adventure story.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give it an 8.
Nice, good. All right, so for the genre and the type, I have it listed as an action adventure movie.
Okay.
So for the action genre, we're looking for, and I have it listed as violence, but Temple of Doom's not an incredibly violent movie. But how would you rate the action overall? The sword fights and the guns and the running from bullets and car chases and stuff like that. How would you rate the overall action of the film?
Well, Indiana Jones is the first movie to get the rating PG-13.
Yeah,
I believe. I believe it is the first movie to get that rated, the rated PG or rated R. Maybe. Now I'm thrown off. I think it's one of those two.
It's definitely PG according to IMDb, but
yeah, it was one of those. It got hit with like it's the first movie to do something like that. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. I think I could be wrong. Hopefully, I'm not wrong.
Okay, Red Dawn is actually the first movie to be PG-13.
Okay, so then what did was it PG then? It got the rating for PG?
Yeah, Temple of Doom was rated PG.
So then I guess it's the first movie to get PG on the, I guess, the mature or whatever crap rating.
Right, the parental guidance.
Yeah,
suggested.
So it went up to PG. Okay, that's cool. All right. Anyway, what was the question?
the overall action of the film. How would you rate the action of the film?
Yeah,
The violence.
So overall action of the film. It's a dark film. One. Mm-hmm. The action is not as much action. I mean, you got towards the ending, the middle, the car chase. Yeah, actually, you do have a lot. You know what? I will slap it with an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
Pop Culture 33 does confirm that it's Red Dawn, but he said Temple was part of the conversation of why they needed PG-13.
There you go.
So
thank you, Evan.
Thanks, Pop Culture.
Evan
Appreciate that.
He's a cyclopedia of that stuff.
He's a plethora of information, and I love it. A plethora. Okay, so for action movies, I want a good pace. So the next aspect we're going to talk about is the pace of the film. Are there any slow spots? Does it drag? Is there too much character development or too little? What did you think of the pace overall?
The pacing, yes. This thing has some pacing because once he gets into that temple, it's like a draggy part. When he's trying to bang the girl, and then the guy is choking him out.
The whole thing with the hotel room and the with the palace.
You'll be here in 5 minutes, and then he goes, "No, you'll be here in 5 minutes." And then they have that whole sexual, thing. There is drag parts. I will give it. So I guess the lower numbers is the least.
Lower number is too slow. Higher number is
too fast.
Too fast.
Okay, so I give it a 5.
All
split
right.
in the middle. Yeah.
Wow, nice. Okay, the next thing for action movies is we want good special effects. So, and think about it for the time. I know. What is this now, but for its time. How do you think the special effects were? Like with the stone, how it burned through the bag and all that kind of stuff, and the lava in the bottom and flipping over the cage and all that.
I will give it. It's not a 9. That's like big feat there. Yeah. I'm leaning towards 8 and 7. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to think. Well, the Mama Ra steals the heart. That's a good practical effect.
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And when he puts that drink in Indy's mouth and he gets evil Indy.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. And I like evil shit. So
yeah.
I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. Because you know what? That bridge scene was crazy because they really cut that bridge, I believe. When they did when he cuts it, when he says hold on. Yeah. So because of the bridge, I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay. Good one. All right. So now we talk about the adventure. So the adventure type is part mystery, part stunts. So what did you think of the mystery of the film? Like the clues and the,
Oh, I loved it.
the suspense of it. What did you think of the mystery of the movie?
I'll give that a 9 because that
Nice.
scene when he has to put the hand through that little rock because they're about to get squished,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, he goes, "We're about to die," and she doesn't want to put her hand in that icky bug infested thing and pull the lever, and he's, oh yeah. I mean, you have that scene. You got when he grabs the boobies and goes through.
Yeah.
Him coming out the plane into the snow, from the snow into the river fall. That's actually pretty creative. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't want people to go out there and take a raft and jump out of a plane and see if that actually works. But it actually, I kind of like that. I thought that was pretty cool. The ending also, when they're doing the roller coaster and they got to go through all the stuff
with the mine cart, and they're all
When he's like, he told me to go that way, you went that way. He was like, short round is yelling.
Let's throw that up then.
There you go.
When they're in the mine cart.
I love that scene.
Yeah, me too.
Look at that. I'm a Mets fan. He has a Met hat on. Love
it.
But yeah, so I give it a 9.
Nice. Good score. Okay. And then the last thing is the stunt work. What do you think about the stunts? Like with
you know what?
walking through and the bugs crawling all over them and the...
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.
Cool.
Because the scene, again, them falling off the plane, we all know is green screen.
Yeah.
Then they go into an actual river. You can see there was actually people in the river going down.
Yeah.
So, and then there was actually, the car chase at the Obi-Wan Kenobi Club, which was actually a pretty cool nod to Star Wars. So, yeah, I'll give it a 8.
Nice.
Uh-oh. It's like a teacher. What's my score?
Your score is 76.
Out of 100?
Out of 100.
That's not bad. That's actually not bad, to be honest with you. What's the Rotten Tomato score on critics? What's the Rotten Tomato score on Temple of Doom? That's how you know if you're good. Let me see. I'll pull see Rotten. That would be so funny. Temple of Doom, right? Yeah, Temple.
Mm-hmm.
84 out of whatever people that did the reviews. But 80, I mean,
and then the audience scores an 81.
Yeah, so
that's not too bad. IMDb gives it a 7.5 out of 10 average, so that would be 75. So you're right in there.
Yeah, look at that. On your Hi-5 meter, it's a 76.
It's a 76. On your Hi-5 meter.
Oh, my Hi-5.
It's my meter, but it's your score.
High-5.
High-5.
High-5. It's a 76. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. Nice. Good score. Yeah, it's funny when we were doing it with Nate. Nate's like, I didn't expect to get that score, but it's totally cool. All right, so next up, we're gonna talk the other movie that came out in 1984 with Temple of Doom, and that is Ghostbusters.
Oh man, oh baby.
Oh, look out,
baby.
If you need a moment to yourself, we can just stop. Let me just gather myself for a second.
Let me gather. Oh, hold on.
Don't hurt me like that. Shut off the camera. Wait, we'll be right back after this message. I should have muted it too. Oh well.
Yeah, that would be so funny. Who are you gonna call, baby?
Who are you gonna call? Tell me who you're gonna call.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We're gonna look at the effects of positive reinforcement.
Busted make me feel good. All right. What we got?
All right, we got the cast. So let's look at the cast for Ghostbusters.
Oh my god, that's gonna be like so high.
It's gonna be so high. I mean,
Yeah,
it was a 10 for me.
it's gonna be
Um,
a 10 for me because I mean, well, let's see, let's go
it's
through it,
Ghostbusters.
right?
So we just
Yeah,
go through it. So you got Bill Murray.
I know him. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. You got Dan
Dan,
Aykroyd,
Dan Aykroyd, that's another
right?
4. Harold Ramis,
Harold Ramis,
Ernie Hudson,
Ernie Hudson,
Sigourney Weaver, Rick
Rick
Moranis, Andy
Moranis,
Potts.
Annie Potts.
It's a 10. Just put
And you're
10.
like, I'm out. Look at this. I'm out. It's 10.
Oh Lord, yeah, it's a 10.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could give the cast a 12, I would have done it.
Yeah,
It's not
crazy.
Spinal Tap, so we can't go to 11. We're just going to max out at 10. All right. Acting. What do you think of the acting in the movie based on the cast? And remember, it's comedy, so
I'm gonna be
it's
honest
it's
with you.
just as much about comedic acting as it is about like dramatic acting.
I think that's the strength of this movie is
Yeah.
the acting. Because honestly, each of the Ghostbusters played their role right. Right? Bill
Mhm.
Murray, Dan Aykroyd is like the fun scientist. Egon is the brain. Right? Ernie Hudson is the everyday man that don't believe in ghosts, but he wants a paycheck. So he is, So honestly, I'm gonna give it a 10 because. And it's not being biased because I'm a fan of the films. It's just that if you really, really look into each character played a significant role into this movie, and
Right.
everyone quotes all the characters. And if you could quote every character in this movie, that's a 10 in my book. I'm just saying. I'll give it a 10.
It's been years since I've seen this one. Pop Culture 33. Just showed my son these movies. He loved them.
Oh yeah.
Everyone plays their part right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. It's a 10. Slap it with a 10.
Slap it with a 10. It gets 10 slapped.
Yep.
Twice. 5 with each end.
Slap. There
Slap.
you go.
So
Double
slap.
slaps.
All right. Let's take a look at the plot. So IMDb
Okay.
says 3 parapsychologists forced out of their university funding set up shop as a unique ghost removal service in New York City, attracting frightened yet skeptical customers.
That's a horrible plot point.
It's horrible. Where you're like, that's
sounds like
not it. That's not right.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Jesus, it sounds like a 2-year-old wrote it.
Right?
Right?
It was written in crayon.
Yeah, my mommy took me to the theater to see
I went to see the Ghostbusters and they were.
3 friends became kicked out of school and became paranormal. Shit, with that description, that's gonna be a low score.
Well, what I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to find some. So, I got another one. So it says 3 oddball scientists get kicked out of their cushy positions at a university in New York City, where they studied the occult. They decide to set up shop in an old firehouse and become Ghostbusters, trapping pesky ghosts, spirits, haunts, and poltergeists for money.
There you go.
That's a better one.
That sounds more plausible.
That sounds
or
more
Wikipedia, but yeah. Okay. Let's do it this way. Let's do it with the first one because that's the
Yeah.
one that you read.
That
So
was the one that was on the front. So
Yeah. We'll go.
but
with
yeah,
your
I am
horrible
definitely
one.
not happy with it. But we'll average that out with.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on. Okay, so with the description that you gave me, and I'm not even referring me watching the movie. Honestly, it doesn't even sound intriguing, like at all. To be so, with that description, I would give it a 6.
Okay, that's still not bad. I thought you were gonna go like 4 with that.
No, I would give it a 6 because I love movies in New York.
It was like Parasite. Oh, see, now there you go. That's East Coast. Yeah.
So
I'm a California person, so
you like movies with L.A.
So I like movies with LA. Like, give me Volcano all day. With Mount Wilshire.
Here, really old movies is in the house. Harrison,
what's up, guys? Couldn't be a video with Alex without mentioning Ghostbusters, right? He's even got the shirt for it.
How dare you? You know, it's good. It tells you a lot that people know the movies that you like.
They know what you're gonna say. Yeah,
pretty much.
Literally, yeah. When I told him to give me his list, Ghostbusters was the first one on the list. So it was the first one. Yeah. And then he was like Ghostbusters, and then like, yeah, just pick 4 other ones at random. We'll just
pick whatever you want.
Pick whatever you want, and we'll talk about them. But no, it's West Coast represents. Thank you, West Coast. That's
He threw up a gang sign.
I threw up a gang sign. Like, yeah, gang. That just spells gang member right here. Yeah.
Oh,
but, or, you know, W. Morrissey, we could just go like that.
There you go. Woolworth.
Yeah.
No one's going to know Woolworth except if you lived in that old, in the 80s. That was a convenience store.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember that? It was like Outdoors and Kmart at that time.
Gemco and
Woolworth.
Woolworth. Oh, man. All right. Mm-hmm. So we are at the ending. So what did you think on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm like, I don't even know if I want to. I just want to ask you: is it not a 10?
Oh, it's gonna be a 10.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Puff. You got Stay Puft, right? And then you finally get to see the chick.
You get Gozer, yeah.
And then the 2 terror dogs, you see that awesome triangle freaking her temple.
Yeah.
And they're on the rooftop of this skyscraper, and they're about to blow this shit up.
Yeah.
like honestly, it's
marshmallow juice all over everybody.
Everyone gets the white stuff all over them. Like
everybody gets greased.
Yeah, everyone, even Walter Peck gets it. Like
oh, he got
dunked. He got the whole throttle.
He got the whole
He got busted make me feel good.
He got the whole load. He got the entire load.
He got the busted make me feel good.
Let me tell you, a washcloth isn't going to fix that. He's going to need a power wash or something.
No, but all jokes aside, it's a perfect, man. And then at the end, you get the New York crowd chanting Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. Then the Jewish guy saying Ghostbusters.
Yeah, the rabbis are all like, L'chaim.
I love it. Like, you got every nationality up in Manhattan. And I was like, what? You got Jewish, you got Amish, you got everybody. I loved it. So yeah, it's a 10.
Nice. All right, let's talk about the story. So how did you think the story came together? Beginning, middle, and end? Were there any holes in it? Any questions you didn't get answered?
You know,
character development. How did that kind of?
This was a really good story. Like I don't want people to be like, "Oh, you buy," but I think it's a perfect script. If you because look, half of the movie was improv.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was scripted. If you watch all the documentaries, they'll tell you most of these famous lines were improv.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I think that the story's really good. Now, if you would have said Ghostbusters 2, I would have been like, the story kind of weak.
If you'd have said Ghostbusters 2, I'd have been like, are you sure?
Yeah, you would have slapped me going,
yeah, I would have given you a 10 slap.
Yeah, 10 slap.
You would have been 2 of those.
Honestly, I'm going to give it a 10. I think the story's amazing.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so getting into the genre and the type. So the genre is comedy, obviously. The type is paranormal.
All right.
So because we're dealing with ghosts and things like that. So with that, the 3 comedy aspects that I'm looking for. Number 1, how funny is the movie? I mean, that's the main thing. It's like and I'm going to ask you again. Can you not give it a 10? Is there anything?
No, it's going to get slapped with the
it's going to get 2 5s and a punch in the mouth. It's going to be
and a bustin' feeling good.
Bustin' make me feel good.
Bustin' make me feel good.
Marshmallow cream everywhere. Yeah. It gets a 10.
Oh God. Oh, Harrison said for a sec I thought your shop vac was a proton pack. If you guys want to laugh, right next to it is actually a proton pack.
There's actually a proton pack back next to the thing that looks like a proton pack.
Look.
Oh, he's getting it. Here he goes. You should have strapped that thing on. You should have strapped that thing on when we first started talking about this movie.
Yeah, so literally,
Bustin' makes me feel good.
yeah, busted make me feel it. So literally, I actually really had the proton pack right next to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's fun. But yeah, comedy 10.
Awesome. Yeah, no, totally. So the next thing is the chemistry. I like the chemistry between the actors in a comedy.
Oh, dude, 10.
Is there any reason why that couldn't be a 10?
You know what? That's the strength of this movie is the chemistry, dude.
Yeah.
So,
What are you doing? My granddaughter's trying to get in again.
you're gonna have to hold her while we live.
Oh!
Look at that! Stay
She's
Puft.
taking the wall down.
Stay Puft is coming in.
Ah! She tried to Jericho this. She broke the wall down.
There you go. She's about to drop kick you into it.
Telling you. So you come in, bustin' make me feel good.
Grandpa busting.
Grandpa, bustin' grandpa. But yeah, okay. 10 chemistry is a 10.
Okay.
And then the other thing, and you hit on this already.
Yeah.
One of the things I want in a good comedy is I want a script. I want a good script.
Yeah.
So is there any way that this is not a 10 for the
it's
script?
10.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
it's like how can I yeah. I was like this too.
Because I don't want people to be like, oh, you're giving 10s all over the place because it's your favorite movie. Absolutely not. If you really ask anybody that watches Ghostbusters and they'll tell you, and you hit them with these type of categories, they're going to give you a high score on chemistry, actors, comedy, even horror. I mean, I know we're not talking horror, but if you really think about the spirits,
we're gonna talk about the paranormal. That's gonna be we're gonna talk about how creepy this movie is. In fact, we're getting that right now.
There we go.
So for a paranormal movie, I like it creepy. So how creepy was the movie on a scale of 1 to 10?
All right. Jesus.
I mean, it's a comedy, but you gotta, okay. So if you're like, oh, that's a ghost.
It's not a 10. It's not a 10. But honestly, it's a 9.
Yeah.
Think about it. You have the librarian in the beginning, which, let me just tell you, anyone that sees the Ghostbusters for the first time and you see her go shh, and then all of a sudden you like,
and then
up to her and get her. Yeah, and then she goes,
and then she Jurassic Parks out. She's like,
yeah, and then it plays that 50s music, the bam bam bam,
and they're all running.
They all running.
We'll get back to you.
We got her. So, and then they make fun of him, right? He's like, "You said get her."
Get her, Ray.
Yeah, get her, Ray. No, but if you look, so you have that to set up the movie, right? You're like, shit, this is not a comedy. This is actual horror comedy, right?
Yeah.
Then you have the terror dog that attacks Dana Barrett the first time when she opens up the fridge, right? You're like, shit, now they got dogs in the fridge. So like,
eggs cooking on the counter.
Eggs cooking on the counter. Then from there, you got
the hands coming out of the chair,
grabbing her
and grabbing and pulling them into the.
Yeah. So you have elements in Ghostbusters that what makes that movie so good is the fact that you would have comedy with horror and horror, not Scooby-Doo horror. Like,
no, it's some legit freaky shit going on.
It is, and I loved it. So with that, I'm not gonna give it a perfect 10. I'm gonna give it a 9. This movie is scary. Stay Puft is cute as hell. Gozer. So yeah,
nice. Greenlight Filmmaking jumped in. Said, "Hey guys,
how you doing?"
All right. So the last thing in a paranormal movie that I like is a twist, some kind of surprise, something I didn't expect. Doesn't necessarily have to change the course of the movie, but like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was going to be a thing. And
I don't know if you're going to consider it this.
It's all if you consider it.
Well, no, I don't know if it falls in the category.
Okay.
And you let me know yes or no.
Yeah.
When Gozer says choose your doom, And it goes, I didn't pick nothing. He didn't pick nothing. And they
Pick
all
the-
look at Ray.
And Ray, what did you do, Ray? What did you do?
That's a 10.
That's what
that
popped.
changed everything.
That popped into my head. The whole Stay Puft thing. That whole scene
Yeah.
where it's like
setup.
I've tried to think of the cutest thing I could think of.
But I love how it's set up, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Peter was like, if you think of J. Edgar Hoover, J. Edgar Hoover will appear.
Somebody clear your minds. Don't think of anything. And then it's like
Yeah.
the thing has
Yeah,
been chosen.
the
No, wait,
destroyer
whoa, we
has been
didn't choose
chosen.
it. Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't
that's-
choose nothing. Did you
Yeah.
pick something? And he was like, no, my mind is totally blank. I love what Eddie Hurton says. My mind is totally blank.
Yeah.
And then, of course, one of the best lines in the movie is Ernie Hudson when he's talking to the mayor and he said, I see shit that turn you white. Like, that is one of the dumbest lines, but it's like amazing.
It was like, if somebody asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Yeah, you say yeah. So
That's my
honestly,
favorite line.
Let me just tell you, man, that's a 10
Okay.
in that form. Honestly, and then Dana Barrett coming back because you didn't know if she died or not.
Yeah.
So that
And
technically
they
is
come
a
out of
twist.
the
shell.
the dog casks,
Yeah,
the dog molds.
or her turning into a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, talking with the deep voice. Okay. I'm gonna do the math just in case, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, that's a 95.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 95.
Yeah, I mean, Rotten Tomatoes is a 97.
Rotten Tomatoes is a 97.
Audience is an 88.
I yeah. IMDb has it as a 7.8. I don't agree with that,
No.
but yeah, no, I was in the 90s as well. So that's awesome. So you can see the difference, the jump between Temple of Doom and Ghostbusters.
Yeah, in terms of writing and acting. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so next up we go to 1987. You've got two movies that you picked in that era. So the first one we are going to go to. Oh, I forgot to put my extra picture up of Ghostbusters, which was the exact. I should have done it when you were talking about the twist. That's what I wanted to show, because that was my point. That was my favorite twisty part. My surprise to get 100-foot Marshmallow Man terrorizing New York City.
Yeah.
So first one we're going to go up with for 1987 is Evil Dead 2.
Yes. Love this movie.
Okay. Yeah. Green Light says Ghostbusters is my favorite film, next to Back to the Future.
No.
That's a good movie. Can't go wrong with that.
I could have picked that one too.
Yeah. The Boys is up early on Amazon.
Oh, season 3.
Yeah.
I'm watching that after this.
Binging that one. I have not seen season 2 yet. I'm still kind of waiting.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what? Let's end this now and then we go watch the boys.
Just watch party.
All right, guys.
Season 2. All right, we're gonna sign off. Thanks for everybody. No.
All right.
All right. Evil Dead 2. Let's talk about the cast.
Honestly, the only one I know is Bruce Campbell.
Right.
Actually, no, Ted Raimi as Henrietta.
That was one that I knew about.
Yeah. Honestly, after that, I'm just looking at Rotten Tomatoes, so I don't even have because I want to be like, I don't want to cheat. Like, I want to think of like people in my mind and going, okay, that's this person. Yeah. Honestly, the only two is those two, Ted Raimi and Bruce Campbell. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll throw a little. There's a pretty good cast, so I'm going to throw a bonus point in there, and put that at a 5 for you. And I was the same way. It was Bruce Campbell and Ted Raimi.
And
yep.
Bruce.
Yep, that was it. Otherwise, I was like, I don't know any of these guys.
Yeah.
All right, the acting.
All right. Now this is not an Oscar award winning movie, but
No.
I will say in terms of acting, Bruce Campbell did a great job acting. Everybody was good around him. I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
I
Solid.
think, yeah, I mean, because honestly, there's a lot of like the guy that goes, Baba Joe. He's not like a great actor, you know. And then the one that plays Baba Joe is not that good too. So, Baba Joe, and they get stabbed. Oh my god! I think I'm gonna be the most quirkiest interviewer you're gonna ever have on your Hi-5. Never gonna bring me back.
I'll have you back next week, bro. We'll do 5 more movies. I have no problem with that. I'll get the marshmallow sauce out. And
all right, have some fun. I mean, enjoy your food.
enjoy your dinner, pop culture. Thanks for jumping
Sam.
in. So Greenlit said I got to see.
Oh, you
got
to see Evil Dead 2, bro.
Especially after Raimi's multiverse film.
You got to see it.
Yeah. And then I got to put this up. Don't judge me, but I haven't seen Evil Dead 2.
Turner fan. All right, let's just do this. Turner fan. Before I continue my interview here, because now I got to get off my interview here to talk to you. Okay.
Let me take a moment.
Before you go on the collector's cave. You got 2 weeks to that Friday, June 17th show. I want you to see it so we can have a little discussion on it off air. Okay?
Challenge accepted.
That is your homework. Before you go live, me and you're going to talk about it. You're going to watch some Evil Dead 2. You don't have to see 1. Just watch 2, and then we talk about it.
And then we'll talk about it.
Then we talk about it. All right.
So
now,
let's go to the plot.
Plot
says, the lone survivor of an onslaught of flesh-possessing spirits holds up in a cabin with a group of strangers while the demons continue their attack.
That sounds pretty good.
I'm kind of in.
That sounds like a 9 in my book.
Yep, I'm kind of in for that. I think I gave it a 9 too. Yep.
Yeah.
And Turner fan agrees. Challenge accepted.
There you go.
Yep. And by the way, Turner fan, I just ordered Peanut Butter Falcon per his request. I'm going to check that out.
That sounds like a delicious
it's a delicious hunting bird snack that you
it does.
It does. Peanut Butter Falcon.
That sounds like a Ben and Jerry's flavor.
Ben and Jerry. It does. Try new Peanut Butter Falcon. It's got chunks of peanut butter cookie and feathers in it. It's so good.
I'm having a peanut
and marshmallow cream. I'm just going to be on that marshmallow cream all night now. All right, let's talk about the ending.
Oh, the ending. Let me just tell you, it's one of the best stupid endings that I love. He opened up a portal and gets sucked into medieval times. You cannot get the best ever, okay? I'm going to slap that sucker with a 9. It's not a 10, but it's a 9 in my book. That is an awesome ending. That is a great ending for a horror movie.
Nice.
A quirky one at that, to be honest with you.
All right, let's talk story.
Actually, it's a reboot, so it's not like it's continuing from the first. So I would give it an 8.
Okay.
I think it's a good story.
Yeah.
I think what hurts it is the slapstick comedy, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It gives a different tone.
Well, that's interesting because I was debating on the genre and type of the movie. Yeah. So I labeled it as a horror comedy.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Because it could easily been paranormal, could have been comedy paranormal, but then that would have compared it more to Ghostbusters. So I kind of want to give it its own little lane. And so the first thing about horror movies that I want is the scare factor. How scary was the film?
It wasn't as scary as the first. The first was pure horror. So with that, I got to deduct some points.
Yeah.
So I would give it an 8.
Okay. And then aside from that, I pull out the jump scares. And so the jump scares in the movie, this is like, when the trash can falls over and the cat comes out and everybody jumps back, or this thing gets right in your face. Like Insidious was like a jump fest.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did you think about the jump scares in the movie? Was there anything that really stood out to you, and how would you rate those?
Yes, it did. And I would say that when I first saw the movie, when Ash became a demon, you did not see that coming because he just came, he just popped up. He was like "Roar!" In the water when he came out the water, and then the sun came up. Yes,
I'm gonna throw that up since you mentioned it.
yeah, yeah. I will give that. And it happened again twice when the chick was reading the passage and he popped up again,
Yeah.
and then he went ooh, 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 and he started walking all weird.
And you're like, ah,
Yeah. So, and he said, "I'm all right. Damn it, I'm all right." When she's like swinging stuff, and so scare factor another 8.
okay. And then, like the action movies, I like good special effects. And
Honestly, this had good
this
special effects.
does have pretty good.
So
special
I will
effects.
give it a 9.
Nice. I liked it. Good gore, lots of good blood effects,
and the chainsaw in his hand.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know people are like you can't. I mean, you can't because where the hell the engine is to move stuff. But honestly, it's really if you really think about it, the machine is not really in his hand. It's because he cut his hand off, so it's kind of tight
off, so
around the wrist.
Yeah.
So technically, but the thing is, wouldn't it be burning the heat?
The heat, yeah, and not only that, but just the weight of it, it would just kind of.
Yeah, so. So my freaking watch is going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, so honestly, yeah, 9.
Okay. Solid. And then as a comedy, how funny was the movie?
Oh, it's freaking funny. It's funny.
Pretty darn funny.
Yeah, it's pretty. So I give it a 9.
Nice.
For funny.
And then the chemistry with the actors.
That's a little because honestly, Bruce Campbell's best when he's by himself.
Yeah.
So I'm being 100% honest. Like his strength is he gets better when he hits the TV show with Kelly and Pablo because it's a TV show and those actors work with him. So Ash becomes better when the 2 other characters come in from the TV show. In the movies, I mean, while Henry the Red was good in Army of Darkness, but we're not talking about those. But in terms of this one, he's not good. So honestly, I will give it a 4.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
that's your lowest score
honest.
yet.
Yeah, that's being honest. Oh, Turner just ordered it in 4K. Wow, you don't have it in your collection? I thought he would have it in his collection.
Well, not if he hadn't seen it yet. I wouldn't think he'd have it.
Well, some people buy the movie and never sees it.
Did you just? I think you just tied Temple of Doom.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be some like freaky deaky stuff.
46, 54, 63, 72, 76. 76. Exact same score as Temple of Doom.
Wow. I'm a mathematical genius.
You are.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
What are the odds of that?
That's crazy. Is
one
this
in
the first
200
time on your channel that does that?
I think Nate did it. No, it wasn't Nate. I did have one person that did it, and I think it was
try to break the record.
I think it was my son. So yeah, I was thinking you're gonna give another one 76.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. So you're gonna have to choose which one of those you like better.
Okay.
When we do the ranking.
All right.
All right. So the next one for 1987. Is everybody get to the chopper because it's Predator.
Oh yeah. Look at that sexy beast.
That's right.
Man beast.
It's a manly man right there.
Yes, the man beast. No. Oh, okay. Love it.
All right, so let's talk cast.
All right, so Arnold, of course, Carl Weather. I know from Apollo, from Rocky.
Right.
So that's 4. Jesse Ventura, we know from wrestling and that one. I know Billy Dukes from Commando, and he plays. I want to have me some fun. I want to have me some fun. He plays the other character, the other one. Honestly, I think those are the only ones I know. Everyone, I know the Indian guy. I know him from another movie, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie. For points, I just know the other four. So let's do it that way. The other
Okay.
four, I think I said four, right? Carl
You said
Weathers.
you said four.
So those are
Arnold,
eight.
Carl, Jesse, and Bill.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
8 points. 1 point for the Indian guy. Shane Black, I do know, so that's 10. That's 11.
That's
Yeah,
10.
yeah, so 10.
So
Yeah,
you're at 10.
yeah. And then the Predator. Who not know Van Damme was the Predator the first time? You didn't know that?
Mm-mm.
Van Damme was the first Predator and complained about the suit is hot or whatever, and they got rid of him and got the other guy, the
Right.
famous
I
one.
would say
that
Kevin
died.
Peter Hall is the
He's
one
the
that's
famous one,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
before him was Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. And that makes sense that he would be all prima donna about it.
Yeah. He's like, I don't take the
But he's
challenge.
yeah, I was like he's like 4 inches shorter than Schwarzenegger. That wouldn't have worked.
No.
All right, let's talk about the acting.
Okay.
And yeah, it's I'm gonna be the first to admit I'm not one for the acting in this, but for an action movie, I get the point comes across. So, what did you think of the acting of the film based on the cast?
Well, let's be honest here. Let's just rewind this thing, right?
Yeah.
We're having a conversation here, mano y mano.
Yeah.
Well, let's think about it, right? When the movie starts, does not feel like a sci-fi movie. It feels like an army movie, right? It starts off with them in the helicopter.
They're like soldiers with the helicopter. You don't know what they're coming against.
They're doing a mission.
Yeah.
So honestly, when the movie starts, you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. So the acting, 80s. Is Arnold the best actor? No, I think he got better in the 90s. His acting starts to pick up. Once after T2, he took off. He knew his like strength.
Yeah.
So for me, I'll say the acting in this is a 7.
Okay.
For this type of movie, it's a 7. I don't think there are 8s and 9s here.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the plot. A team of commandos on a mission in a Central American jungle find themselves hunted by an extraterrestrial warrior.
Oh, that sounds like a 10 to me.
I'm kind of in for that, right?
Yeah, that sounds like a 10. That's a 10. That sounds right up everybody's alley.
That sounds like, for you, the sci-fi action fan, you're like, dude.
Yeah.
Here's my money.
Yeah.
I heard that. All right, the ending of the film.
Oh, I mean,
with the poo.
It's genius because you really don't know. And then he has my man Billy, that's the ending guy, laughing. He's like, beep, beep, beep. And then he looks at it. It's a really great ending. I'll give it a 9. It's not like a perfect ending, but it's a 9. I think it's a good way to end it. And then he goes, "You'll have your chance." Oh no, that was Danny Glover. Right?
That was Danny Glover.
Yeah, that was Danny Glover. No, he didn't say nothing. He just stood there.
He was like, he saw the thing. And he's laughing. Oh crap! I gotta run. And then the whole countryside just goes.
Yeah, big atomic blast.
And then my thing was the helicopter comes in to pick him up, and he's standing there just like all gray from the mud that's dried on him, and he's bleeding from various parts of his body. And he's just standing there like
everywhere.
Yeah,
his muscles.
He's got his meat hanging out.
The man meat.
The man meat hanging out. He's all.
Yeah.
All right. So the story.
It's a very unique story.
Yeah.
For at the time, it's a very unique story. I'll give the story I'm gonna give it an 8.
Solid.
Because if you really think about it, his friend duped him to doing a mission, and then while doing that mission, he's thrown into another mission by getting hunted by something that they don't know what it is, an alien species. So
I like that you practically get halfway into the movie before you realize that there's an alien hunting them that's invisible, that shoots a friggin' guided missile laser thing, and you're like, I was like, holy crap, there's something coming after him. And Turner fan loved the man meat comment, but Yeah, no, I'm like the same way. I think the story was solid. There were holes in it for sure, but I liked how they
Yeah.
built it. I like how it layered, and it started out all, oh yeah, we're gonna take these commandos out, and then Arnold's like, I'm suspecting there's some, you're hiding something from me. You're not you're not telling me everything. Um, and then when they run into the dudes that are skinned and hanging from the tree, and they meet and the buddy gets killed at first, then everything starts to all hell
Yeah.
breaks loose after that. It was
Yeah.
awesome. So all right, so again we're talking action, and the type of movie is alien. So we're going to talk about the alien and that aspect. So for the action, again, the violence of the movie, the action of the movie, what would you rate that on a 1 to 10?
So the violence and action,
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
And this is the reason
Yeah.
why I would say, because I mean, you gave me that look like you crazy. The reason why, the reason I say is because one, we get skinned humans.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down. And when he's killing them, he's killing them. I mean, it's gory. Like you got a
Yeah.
hole like this big.
Spine come full
Yeah,
spine. No, I'm at
yeah,
a 10 for the violence too. I thought
yeah.
this was amazingly violent. I mean, yeah,
And,
huge. This
and the
was
scene
like
that they're just shooting at anything, they just do
yeah,
like 5
they're just
minutes of wasting
firing into the
bullets.
woods.
Yeah,
Just yeah.
yeah. He said they want us to shoot all our bullets.
My tortillas and
Yeah. So,
um
honestly, yeah, it's a 10.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
yeah,
that's what the movie's all about.
yeah.
Is the
It's
action, is the violence, and that's it. Yeah, really cool when you see the glow in the dark blood on the leaves, and
I
you,
love that,
yeah,
man.
yeah, that's really cool. All right, the pace of the film. How do you think it was paced?
Hmm. I
And
give it
this
a
is interesting.
7,
Okay, yeah, because I would say it builds.
but then there's a dead spot.
Yeah, there's a dead spot like between the commandos and when they actually
Yeah,
start, running from the predator or trying to hunt it. There's
yeah,
like there's a dull part right in there,
yep.
and to where I was like, yeah, okay, I can't give that full marks, but I did like it. But it was like now it's um, this is where this is where Arnold realizes that Carl Weathers lied to him and something else is going on. And so I understand that had to slow down a little bit, but yeah, it did kind of take away from the pace of the film.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
All right. So the special effects with
I'll say the
the
Predator more.
the predator, yeah, with the predator and the boom and the tree limbs exploding and the
Honestly, I will give it a 10, and this is the reason why I give it a 10. The scene that he's invisible is amazing. When he's running through the woods invisible, and
hmm
you see the leaves, only the leaves moving, but you see
yeah,
the silhouette, his outer shell,
yeah,
and then especially when he does the heat vision, it's like do do do
yeah,
do, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, it's crazy because out of all Predator's my favorite one.
yeah,
I have a Predator statue over there, and I love Predator, and that's the reason. It's like he's just a hunter,
hmm
and he's an alien. He's a
and
beast. Like he's big,
he's
brolic,
big, yeah,
genius. Like at what he does, he's like a great white.
yeah,
If you think about it, great hunter.
yeah. I was
He
like,
has
he's
a
like
knife.
he's like
He's big.
Craven in
Yeah,
in Marvel. He's like Craven the Hunter. He's just
yeah.
he is the best at his job, and
And I love.
that's what his job
Yeah, so
is.
you know what? It's a 10, man.
Yeah,
It's a 10. And you
nice.
can't tell me the first time you saw him when Billy is it who's the one that sees him? I think it's the black guy sees him first. When he sees the eyes go whew, and
Yeah,
he's like looking, he's like, "What are you seeing?" He's like, "Nothing, man."
he's a man. I
Nothing,
see
man.
him. He cuts himself
Yeah.
with the breaks the razor off on it. He's
Yeah.
like,
He's like,
I'm gonna cut
"I
your name
see
in two.
you.
I see you.
I see you.
And then Carl Weathers like, oh, I see him.
Yeah. Remember when
Yeah.
he's doing he's like,
Cuts his arm. He cuts his arm off, and the gun's still shooting, holding his arm.
He's like,
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Ah!
It was so awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, this is awesome. All right, so with the alien aspect, of course, first we're talking about the alien itself, the makeup, the work on the alien.
Oh,
How did it
10.
look? Was
That's
it all you wanted? How can you
It's a
not give that a
perfect
10?
design. It's a
Yeah,
perfect design. Like
yeah,
like the aliens, like
yeah,
how that slick black exomorphs or whatever the hell they call it, exomorphs.
Yeah.
This is a perfectly designed predator. He's brolic. He's oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That I don't know. I can't see how it, that's like a different topic. Another day.
Yeah.
But in terms of that design, he's just pure genius, right? With the helmet.
Yeah.
And then he goes, takes it off, and then he's just like, and
Yeah.
I was like, dude,
And they go,
let's go.
"You're one ugly," and he's all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. And then he
Yeah.
does that warrior scream.
Yeah.
Like, when he's
Where he
about to go
gets it
toe to
like
toe.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "Rah!" And I'm like, this
Yeah.
dude's gonna get his
And
ass beat.
you're like, Arnold's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, Arnold's fucked now because this dude's gonna get his ass
Because you're
beat.
thinking Arnold, because Arnold, like, you're like, I'm not worried. Arnold can take any human being. This
But not an
dude,
alien.
but
Yeah.
not a predator. This dude, I can even see him taking an alien or two, a xenomorph. But
I could see
but-
that. I
but
could see that with a machete. He stabs
Yeah.
one with one arm, and then the other he's choking one hand.
yeah, brownies,
Predator?
and stab,
Yeah.
or take with the, and then with the M60 that he holds in one hand.
Yeah.
But
can't
that
see
predator,
him.
when I saw him, when they were facing off before he took the helmet off,
He
I was
this,
like,
right? It's like that
yeah,
size.
they're like 6-8 inches apart, and I'm like, oh, dude, somebody that's gonna
Fuck
kick
him up.
Arnold's ass. And then he took the helmet off, and I'm like, oh shit.
And I loved it, right? Because when he swung at him with the knife,
He
got him right in the throat to hold him onto the tree. Like he
Yeah.
didn't cut him, but the
no,
knife
he
went
just
to
put
the
him like
side.
right
Yeah.
like that
to
and
hold his ass.
to
like,
hold and up too. It was like fuh.
Yeah, he was just like,
And he's
"Listen,
looking at him
bitch."
like, what are you gonna do now?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, bitch, I'm about to show you the whooping you're gonna get from
Yeah.
an alien. And he's like,
Yeah.
and he
You're
takes it off.
you're gonna
Don't
take this-
forget
yeah.
the acid. Oh yeah, that's
Takes-
right, the acid.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't see Arnold with the machete because he'd be like, get
That's
himself.
true.
But I could see him with the M60 from a distance, just plowing,
I can see that. Yeah,
just plowing
yeah.
people. But the thing about the xenomorphs that makes them frightening is their sheer number that they could get. So I mean, yeah, a regular person could probably take a xenomorph out, but by the time you realize what's going on, there's like 50 of these suckers.
Well, the Predator's only one.
There's Predator's one, and he's bad enough.
Yeah.
Let alone when you got the hybrid in the Alien versus Predator, and you get that hybrid one.
Yeah, that was so
Um,
stupid.
Well,
hybrid.
my wife loves those. The AVP movies, she loves them.
I'm not gonna lie. The first one was pretty good.
I
pretty
like
good.
it.
The unrated version.
Yeah.
Gives more to the story.
Yeah,
I liked it.
and of course,
the second one.
I loved seeing Lance Henriksen
Yeah,
in
as
the
Wayland.
first one as the old rich guy that was trying to I just liked seeing him, and I'm like, oh dude, it's Lance Henriksen, and that kind of brought memories back of the Alien movies where he's the android.
Well, that movie falls apart when him and the girl team up. I said, oh, this is whack.
Yeah.
Because then it became like a Universal ride when they ran together and they
Yeah.
jumped on the thing to go up the. Oh, I said, oh, this is
When
bad.
they were going up the tunnel with the
Super
super speed with
fast.
the
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
and-
this is bad.
and she's got the Zerky proof helmet, the alien helmet as a
He's like,
shield,
what's
and
that supposed to do? He's like,
it's immune to the acid, that drip.
shield. Oh, the shield. Okay.
Zerky proof.
Yeah. No,
But okay, so the alien 10, right?
yeah. 10.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, and then I call this the surprise element.
Okay.
So, and it can be a twist, but it's something you didn't expect from the alien. Like a surprise, something that you didn't expect. Like, I mean, my thing was I didn't expect it to be able to change its voice and do all the voice modulating stuff. That was kind of a cool thing for me. And of course, the invisibility was awesome.
I didn't expect him to have the shoulder cannon
Okay.
because you don't see it.
Yeah.
You only see him invisible, and then when he kills Jesse Ventura, you see the
You just see the hole in his chest.
you see the thing hit
You see
him.
the flash, and he turns around. There's like
a big ass hole.
there's a big ass hole. You're like, oh, dude, I can.
Yeah, like yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know where your heart went. I think it's over there somewhere. Maybe Roddy Piper's got it.
I would say that part and the part that he bleeds green.
Yeah,
because you didn't know what blood type he is.
Yeah, it's antifreeze, I guess. I mean, that was
antifreeze. Yeah, he's a glow stick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's a glow stick.
The exomorph had acid. That's true.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think of the surprise elements of the alien on a scale of 1 to 10?
Surprise elements?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 9.
Okay.
I mean, he has everything. Well, in part 2, he has everything.
Yeah.
He's
got the stupid thing, and they got the net.
I love the net.
The net's awesome.
Dude, let me tell you, he's like the 007 of aliens. This dude got every gadget known to man, and I love it. He has the health kit.
Yeah, he's got that med kit with
the. I'm not gonna lie, I like that shit. The med kit scenes, I like it. He used what does he use?
Put the injection in his leg, and he goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 90.
A 90?
That's a great score. 90.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's great. Deserves so.
All right. Last but not least, we jump into the future. Oh, I got to put my picture up of Arnold and the Predator. This was what we were talking about, where he had him up. He was like just looking at him. And it was when he had him by the throat, and he was like turning his head from side to side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't nothing. Throw. And then
it's an 80 in Rotten Tomatoes. Pretty close, 10% up.
Yeah, it's 87 from the audience. So that's pretty good. And then another 7.8 for IMDb. So 78. That's interesting. All right, so the last movie, like I said, we're going to fast forward in time to 2014. Your last movie that we're going to talk about is John Wick.
Oh,
we need another moment. We're going to shut the camera. So this is a...
Yeah, I love the Wick.
Oh. Mr. Wick.
I love the Wick.
So yeah, this is a great. I love this trilogy, and I'm looking forward to the fourth one. I don't care. They could keep making these forever. And
I mean, we don't have good totally action franchises out there anyway, so they can. Yeah. You're right. They can make this shit to 10 for all I care.
Yeah. Keep going. I'm totally in. Because I was like, it was weird because there were 3 movies that I really liked that came out together, and they were all kind of the same genre and type. So we had John Wick, we had The Equalizer, and we had Jack Reacher, and they all kind of had the same feel for me, which I call them the one-man army movie.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 just kind of faltered after that. Their sequels weren't as good. I did like Equalizer 2, but mainly for the hurricane element that came into there.
I like the hurricane.
I like the element, but there's a movie that I loved, which I didn't think I would, and that was Hurricane Heist with Maggie Grace, and
I gotta rewatch it.
I was like,
when that was a doo-doo movie.
I was like, I thought it was going to be total doo-doo. I watched it. I was like, I was entertained. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't think it was great by any means. I think I gave it like a 70 something, but I enjoyed it. It was better than my expectations. My expectations were really low. because I was like, Hurricane Heist. That's kind of on the nose. It was like, what a stupid name. And but I like Maggie Grace, so I was like, okay, I'll check it out. You know,
I like
silly.
Jack Reacher. I
Hmm.
agree with you. I mean, I read some of the first two books of Jack Reacher.
Right.
Um, so when I first saw Tom Cruise, I was like, he is not Jack Reacher, because when you read the books, totally
No.
he's a different stature.
Yeah.
In that, but when the TV show got
The
that damn
TV show.
thing right.
Yeah.
And that's the first book. So I remember when I was watching it, I said, "Well, this is gonna happen." And when it happened, I said, "Oh, they're going beat for beat with the novel," and I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite Amazon shows. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it for anyone. If you haven't checked out Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime, stop what you're doing after you finish watching The Boys and watch Jack Reacher. It's a
Yeah.
great action show.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to watch it. I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list,
Oh, you will. Oh, you will
but
love it.
I'm really looking forward to it because I'm a fan of the books too.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the first thing when I saw Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher. I'm like, but Tom Cruise. I mean, Jack Reacher's like,
You know, it's funny. Rest in peace to my mother-in-law. She's a fan of Jack Reacher.
hmm
So my mother-in-law read all the books, and
Yeah.
she said if there was someone that she had to put a face to it, she said The Rock. And I said, you know what? The Rock would have, because if you put him in a crowded place, he will stick out like a sore thumb because
Exactly.
ripped and
'Cause he's a
big, and that's
monster.
Jack
Yeah.
Reacher. So this guy is a beast. I mean, I was like, oh,
this guy's a beast. Yeah,
you're gonna like it. You're gonna like. I want
like
to
it.
hear your thoughts when you watch it.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely.
Your
I'll
homework.
definitely do. Yeah, my homework. I'll definitely do that. I got a little while before I'm on your next show, so
That's true.
um,
That's true.
so yeah, I'm totally cool with that. But all right, so let's talk John Wick,
Okay.
and let's talk about the cast.
It's a freaking awesome cast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 10.
people.
And
People.
This is
so,
why.
Okay,
Keanu Reeves.
all these guys.
Yeah, so Keanu Reeves, Ian McShane, you already know from Deadwood and this one. You got Andrea Pella. I can't say her last name, but she was in the Marvel Shield, the Shields.
Yeah,
And then in
Palicki,
this one,
yeah.
let me see. You got the Lance Redrick, Mr. Wick. You know his face.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's you got William Dafoe.
I was hoping you were going to go with
Yeah,
that.
you have William Dafoe, Spider-Man, and of course you have that. I mean, I know there's more. Oh, John Leguizamo.
Yeah,
You have, right?
yeah.
Oh man, you got the Ford Mustang, right? So
You got the Ford Mustang.
you got the
You
Ford.
got-
So yeah, that's a 10. That's
You got
a 10.
you got the wife. You got Bridget Moynihan, who was the wife.
I
She
don't
was-
know.
she
See,
was-
I don't know. That was
I know her from Blue Bloods, and
okay.
and then another one that popped in for me was Michael Nyquist, who's the main bad guy, Viggo Tarasov, and
Oh, her son, the
yeah.
guy who had the no penis in Game of Thrones.
yeah,
Tyrion,
Alfie,
right?
Alfie Allen, yeah,
Yeah, Alfie Allen.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
So-
And I didn't recognize him. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I own the series, but I haven't seen it yet. But Michael Nyquist, I remember him from the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, the original one with Noomi Rapace. And so I like him as an actor. It's amazing. So yeah, I was at a 10 for the cast, and I think you are too.
Yeah.
So let's talk acting. What do you think of the acting in the movie? Oh, the other one that I noticed in this was Daniel Bernhardt. He did a lot of the old American Ninja movies, the sequels. After the one dude got into that domestic violence scandal,
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bernhardt kind of took over, and he did like 3, 4, and 5. And he's a really good martial artist, and he was one of the main like henchmen of the bad guy. So there's a really good fight scene with him and Keanu Reeves that I liked.
Okay.
So okay, let's talk acting. What do you think of the acting of the film based on the cast?
Acting.
Again, and I think putting this on along the lines of Predator, because it's an action movie, you're not really looking for Oscar-worthy performances, but you're looking for the actors to kind of make sense with their roles.
Yeah,
To
I'm
where
gonna
you're
give it a
like-
9.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because the villain is a villain. I mean, he's good.
Yeah.
The son is a douche. And then you got the other assassins, and then everything. So they worked well together. So
Yeah.
I give it a 9.
Yeah, and then John Leguizamo, who's like the
I missed
car
him in
guy.
3, man.
Yeah, I missed him in 3.
Yeah.
But I like him. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of John Leguizamo. I mean, way back, even from Tu Wong Fu
And Spawn
and Spawn and all of his yeah,
stand-ups,
he was the Violator or the Vindicator or whatever it was,
the
the
Clown
bad guy. He
Eater.
was um
Yeah,
um but even his stand-up routines are just amazing. He's like he does this whole persona and he does this whole story with it's not him doing it. He's playing this role and
yeah.
he's doing all this funny. I just yeah, he's amazing. Um so but yeah, 9's a good score. I'm totally down for that. Okay, so let's read the plot. An ex-hitman comes out of retirement to track down the gangsters that killed his dog and took everything from him.
Dude, that's a 10.
That's like the plot to every good action movie.
You know, well, first of all,
You killed my
the
second cousin twice removed.
yeah,
Big mistake.
this is the only movie that you kill a man's dog, and the whole movie he's gonna tear down someone's freaking lifehood to wreak revenge on a puppy that he just got that day, and the next night, the same night, they kill it. You bastards, and I loved it.
I
That's a
gotta
10.
nice. Yeah, no, totally.
Man, John Wick is my shit too.
And then he apologized.
Oh, you don't need to apologize. Why do you need to apologize?
This
Look.
is 18 and over. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
So love John Wick. Met the Hurricane Heist director Rob Cohen.
Oh,
Nice.
he's the son
Gave
of
me
Roger
his
Corman.
pen from Abbey Road Studio. And then Jack Reacher's fantastic.
Yeah, you gotta watch it, man. It's good.
And it says still live and talking about one of my favorite movies.
There we go.
And it says I love The Pest. Yeah, John Leguizamo. Movies crack me up. Yeah. Totally. So how was dinner, Pop Culture? I'm glad you're back, but I want to make sure you ate.
That nice tummy full.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, you got no more rumble in the tummy. You're not hangry anymore. And it's Stitch. So I got this early Father's Day present.
Oh, nice.
So, okay, what'd you think of the ending?
It's not like it's not climactic as the second and third. Like it didn't leave off on a cliff because it could have just ended the way it ended. So I would give it like a basic 8.
Okay.
I don't think it's a 9 or a 10. I think it's 8 perfect. Biscuits, gravy with some bacon and eggs. That sounds pretty good.
It sounds pretty darn good. That's like breakfast for dinner. I'm totally in.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you can throw some. I love pancakes. Throw some pancakes up in that.
Yeah.
Love pancakes.
Yeah. I'm a French toast guy. I like French toast. I like French toast. I like waffles.
I never had a waffle. I
waffle?
guess it's like pancakes, right?
It's pancakes in the shape of a brick. It's it's the same. It's yeah. You get that brick pattern, but I like you get the crisp on the outside with the waffle. I like the crunchy. I like the crunchy leading into this stuff. Yeah, and I like I'm pretty basic. I like just honey on my pancakes. I'm not a syrup guy, but yeah, no, breakfast, dinner, I'm totally in. Biscuits and gravy. Yeah. Making me hungry. It's going to be dinner time after this for me. All right, let's talk about the story. I didn't think the story...
It's a generic story, but it's easy to you don't need a physics degree to understand the movie.
You can digest it. It's easy to digest. You're like, okay, I know what's going on. I know what's going to happen, but I'm still enjoying it.
Exactly.
It's like, I went to eat at a restaurant and I know what the menu has, but I know I like their food. I'm going to eat it. It's going to be gone. Pop Culture 33's mind is blown that you've never had a waffle.
I'm sorry.
I mean, not even an Eggo? Because I was like, That was. It's funny. A frozen Eggo waffle was my go-to with
My
my
kids
kids
eat
when they were
the
teething.
Eggos. Well, I
Yeah,
haven't even. You
yeah.
know, I'm gonna try one tomorrow for you guys.
And you're gonna be like, "Oh, what the hell is this shit?
This tastes like shit.
This tastes
Damn
like
it.
shit." I couldn't put anything. You could put solid gold on this, and I wouldn't want it again.
This
Um,
tastes like cardboard.
it
Ugh.
is cardboard. All right, violence.
Oh, a
They
10.
actually. I mean, how can you? Yeah, I was like, is
Yeah,
it?
that's a 10.
I don't see how you could not call it a
Mm.
10. It's got some of the greatest violence I've seen in the last probably 15 years.
Yeah.
Just amazing. And I think my favorite is that, I mean, Keanu Reeves actually trains with all that gun work and stuff. And
Yeah.
I am not a gun person, to say the least, but I can look at it and go, that looks pretty authentic to me. The way he's doing it, the way he's reloading the stuff, how he's checking I'm totally down for all that.
Well, if you look at the popularity of the Mission Impossibles, it's like, why did those movies skyrocket to the fans, right? It's because Tom Cruise is actually driving, throwing himself off helicopters.
Doing all this,
Yeah, he's doing
all
the
the
stunt.
stunt.
So it makes you feel like there is, like, holy crap, he's really doing this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the same thing with Top Gun. He's in those F-18s with all the other cast members. I mean, I
Yeah.
ain't seen the movie, but from watching the making, they all were in those cockpits. And that's, to me, that's why I gravitated to the John Wicks, because I love when actors try
Yeah.
to be the character. When you see those 90s Arnold movies, you could tell it's somebody else. I mean,
Yeah.
especially with the 4K, you can see he's not doing it. It's
Yeah.
even worse. But yeah, I think that's what made the John Wicks more popular was, you know, yes, it's kung fu with the gun and all this, but it's him beating people's asses.
It's him doing all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
No, I was totally down for that. But yeah, like, yeah, I was gonna comment on that too. Like, one thing that pops into my head is Tango and Cash. I love Tango and Cash,
Oh yeah, great movie.
but you can totally see, like, with the explosions and the stunts, that it's not them. That, you know, and I'm just like, oh, I can see that. But in the 80s, it didn't bother me. In the 80s and 90s, it didn't affect me at all. I was like, oh, dude, that was so awesome. But now, with movies like John Wick and other stuff where they're doing all their stunts, Jackie Chan from like Rumble in the Bronx and Super Cop and all that, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, that wasn't him. I'm looking at I'm going, that was the stunt person, you know, and I totally get it. And then there's you know, movies like Lara Croft Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. I know there was one particular stunt that she did in that movie where she had to do it because the stunt person couldn't do it.
Mm.
So Angelina Jolie had to do it. And it was the one where they're on the thing and the pendulum has to swing back and forth and poke the thing and the you know, for the key and stuff. Angelina Jolie had to do that scene because the stunt woman couldn't do it. So
hard about that. You just standing and swinging.
you stand on the thing and you're like
Unless she gets vertigo.
You're swinging
She's
the thing.
like,
Yeah, I don't understand.
oh my
But
God,
I know that was
moving.
in the special features of it where it was like, oh, the stunt woman couldn't do this stunt. Like she was having trouble jumping on the thing or what the deal was. I can't remember, but I know that they had Angelina Jolie do it and she did it on the first take. So, okay, so let's talk about the pace of the film.
I like the pacing. You know, for me it hits and miss because it's not like it's a smooth sail from beginning to end. Because once John Wick starts to do the whooping or the fighting, I mean, there is some slow parts.
Yeah.
You know, when he goes back to the hotel, you know, and he has to do stuff there.
Yeah.
He does the fight, so that he has to drive to get to. So I'll give it an 8 for pacing.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't take away.
Pacing. You know.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't take away from the film, then I think an 8's a solid score.
Yeah, I don't think it's a 10 or 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Special effects. What do you think of special effects?
You know, honestly, I don't think there's. I could be wrong. Maybe you guys know more. Maybe Giovanni knows this. The green light, because he's into the back behind the scenes stuff. I ain't seen much CGI in this movie.
No, it doesn't have to be CGI. It could be all, you know, with the, you know, any of the car chases, the smashing through glass,
Well,
the
I'm just trying
the
to. I mean,
fight
well, you know
scenes,
what?
all that stuff, all
The
that is special
shooting
effect.
when
Mhm.
he's shooting them in the club, I know it's CGI because you can see the fake
Yeah,
blood
yeah,
splattering
with
everywhere.
the yeah,
So yeah, just the guns he said. So everything
yeah,
else is practical driving and
yeah,
everything. So
yeah,
you know what? I'm gonna say with the guns mixed with practical because I'm a practical guy. Me and Nate always talk about this. In my
yeah.
action movies, if it's more practical than the CGI,
Then you're
that's a
digging it.
big plus in my book.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give that a. I'm gonna give it a 10
Okay.
because honestly, practical always is gonna be 100% for me. Looks better on film.
Okay. Nice. All right. So the type of movie that this is, because we were already talking about it being an action film, the type of this movie is the one man army movie.
Yep.
And this is where there's one person basically just killing a bunch of dudes all by himself. I call it the commando effect. Um,
Oh, Rambo.
Rambo, any of those. Die Hard. Um, yeah, so you said the glass cracks are also CGI. More so, everything in the foreground is real, and good rule for good movies. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Okay, so the first thing I like in a one man army movie is I like a good villain. What did you think of the villain in this movie?
He's good. He's good. He fought the hero because that's what you want.
Yep,
Um,
perfect timing. I'm gonna throw this up.
didn't he die?
Oh yeah,
He died, right?
yeah. John Wick killed him.
No, no, no. In real life.
Oh no, yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, he died.
Michael
Yeah.
Nyquist passed away.
So this villain, he's great.
Hmm.
He plays the father, right? He's the tough guy, but then plays the father. We really
Yeah.
don't know what John Wick had to do for them to become the head of whatever the hell they are.
Yeah.
In that world,
Yeah.
we don't know that mission, which I would love to. So with that, the villain is a 9. It's not a perfect villain, like a 10, like Simon or or Hans Gruber. Those are like
Yeah.
10s in my book.
Oh, exactly.
But this guy, he's a 9.
Yeah, I think he's like the Lex Luthor to Superman, where his mind was his strongest asset. And
Yeah.
yeah, he's a pop culture to the 3 says the villain was great, but the fight with the 2 wasn't great. And yeah, I agree with that. I'm not.
Well,
I would. There were things about the fight that I liked. And it's because of how smart Michael Nyquist is. And I liked how, at first, when his son first did what he did, his douchey thing, and he took the car and he killed the dog, and he told his dad, and the dad's like, "What are you, stupid? Do you know who you just fucked with?" and but then it was like, I got to protect my son, and then he kind of turned on his own son.
well,
And then still, he had no
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
But still, he had to kind of avenge his son and try to get John Wick. But he knew he was going to fail. He knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like the fights. Was it great cinematic fights? No, but the reason why they were great fights is because the guy is just a boss.
Yeah,
He's not he's not a trained fighter where John Wick is a trained fighter.
Yeah.
So like he's going up against an assassin. He held his ground, but at the end, he lost. He died. Right? He got
Yeah.
stabbed in the chest. So for me, was it great fighting? No, it's not. But in terms of storyline,
Mhm.
it is because he's
Yeah.
a boss. He doesn't.
Yeah,
he never fought an assassin.
he
Before.
relies on people like an assassin like John
Yeah,
Wick
to do
to
his
do
dirty
all his
work.
dirty work, and
Yeah.
he's the brains. He's the one
Yeah.
that tells it. He's the one that's running the chessboard.
Yep.
And John Wick was a chess piece that just came in and took everything.
Yeah. So he was just so like. I mean, I get it though. I
Yeah.
understand what Evan means, but yeah.
No, it makes sense. But yeah, no, I'm totally down for that. And then the last thing with a one man army movie is I like the build up. So as the movie goes along, it escalates and gets harder and harder for John Wick to get through, but he keeps making it through. Or you see the build up in John Wick, how he improves over time, because it was almost like And my thing was at first he wasn't really that into it. He wasn't really sure of himself. He seemed to be making some mistakes. But then after he got kidnapped and he's in the church and he's like, everybody's asking me if I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. After that, he started getting better and better over the course of the movie. So, and that's part of what I call the build up to where you're, you know, the 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 hero gets better and better over the course of the movie, but his challenges get harder and harder as they go. So, what did you think of the build up?
Well, I mean, we're gonna go with that. It's a 10 because it feels the movie felt like a video game.
Yeah, where you're going level by level by level by level. Yeah,
right. So each one he was basically unlocking an ability, right? And then by the end of the movie, he's just straight at full potential of ass beating. So if we're gonna go with that, yeah, it's a 10. Even when he smashes the wall, I mean the ground to get his coins and guns,
right. He's there with the sledgehammer, and he's just
like these dudes are assed out. Like there is nothing. He wants his car back. So yeah, that could be it. The only thing, Pop Culture said, the only thing that ticked me off about the movie is losing William Dafoe. He's a great character, and wish we could have him in the sequels. Now, I kind of liked him dying because
I think
elevated
it elevated John Wick. Yeah,
it got
I
him
agree
more
with that.
pissed off. Like
that was another, like his dog dying. That was just another thing.
His best friend or his friend, another close one died.
Yeah, I like how his friend stuck up for him, and even though there was a contract out for him, William Dafoe kind of protected him and kind of helped him out, and he paid the price for it. But he knew he was going to do it. He knew he was going to end up dying. But yeah, I think that was. I'm not going to say crucial, but I think it was essential to the development of John Wick.
Don't use logic on my complaint. He's laughing.
Dare you? How dare you? How dare you with your logic and your reason?
You son of a bitches.
Your noise canceling bosom. All right, so you gave that a 94.
Oh wow. Okay.
Good score.
Close.
Yeah. And Rotten Tomatoes gives it an 86 with an audience score of 81, and IMDb gives it a 7.4.
Okay.
All right.
That's not bad. Yeah, 94. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've got 3 90s, and then you've got Temple of Doom and Evil Dead 2. So out of Temple of Doom and Evil Dead 2, which one would be the one that you would watch first? Or which one would be your favorite?
Man, it's two different type of movies.
Yeah.
Wow, I gotta be in the mood for horror to put that one in. Then I gotta be in the mood for Indiana Jones. But if I had to,
you had to pick right now. You had both movies in front of you. You have time for one in the player.
I would put Temple of Doom.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's blasphemy, but Evil Dead is, for me, it's like I have to be in the. I mean, I love the movie. I could quote it. I just have to be in the mood.
Yep.
To watch.
That's interesting. So we're pretty close.
Okay.
With the rankings, we've just got one that's switched, or 2 that are switched. So your number 5 movie out of the list is Evil Dead 2 with a 76. Your number 4, also with a 76, is Temple of Doom. Mm-hmm. Number 3 with a 90 is Predator. Number 2 with a 94 is John Wick. And your number 1, big surprise, it's Ghostbusters with a 95.
Look at by 1 point. It's not like it was like a big,
it wasn't like it was a big. It wasn't like Chuck Norris and then everybody else. It was. Yeah, it was. But you had a big jump between Temple of Doom and Evil Dead 2, and then the other 3 were all in the 90s, and I thought that was really interesting.
Well, if you really look at if you really look at those 2 type of movies into the other 3, script wise and the surrounding actors with the main actor, right? Like when you look at Evil Dead 2, what hurt it was the cast around him. Yeah. And a little bit of the script, right? Yeah. And then if you look at Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford is a great character, But again, side characters not as strong, not a crazy villain, right?
Yeah.
And the storyline. But then when you jump into the Predator, great villain, great topic, right? Great storyline. And
Hmm.
then you got a great ensemble around Arnold.
Yeah.
Not crazy Oscar award, but you have a good solid cast. And then you
Good.
go up
Yeah.
to John Wick, which is surrounded by great TV actors and actors, and then a simple plot, but great storytelling, action surrounded. And
Yeah.
then Ghostbusters, which you have a cast of the entire like best 80s comedy actors that ever lived in one movie, right? And then you have it's like a buddy comedy, but it's a horror element. So again, it's really comes down to, if you really look at what a hit movie should be, is the surrounding actors, the main actor, is the villain amazing, and then story.
Yeah.
Everything else will come by. You can have the shittiest effects. If the movie is telling a great story, people will eat it up. Okay.
Yep.
So this is just a perfect example, and it tells you in terms of the scripts across the board. Because Ghostbusters came out in '84 with what? Temple of Doom, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we look at the box office, I bet you Ghostbusters made more money than Temple because of that reason.
Sure. I'm sure it did.
So,
But yeah, I agree. So, so my scores, which I do mine beforehand. That way we can just talk about your scores. But so my number 5 is also Evil Dead 2.
okay.
I gave it a 79. My number 4 is Predator with an 82. So I was a little bit lower than you. My number 3 was Temple of Doom with an 85. My number 2 is John Wick with an 89. And Ghostbusters number 1 with a 92. So,
And where was your low numbers on from Ghostbusters?
for Ghostbusters, my lowest number was on the twist. I gave it a 7.
Interesting.
The surprise. Yeah. Because
wow.
I thought it was a good surprise, but it really didn't have any bearing on the ultimate goal of the movie for me. I enjoyed it for what it was. So yeah, that was my lowest, and then the story I gave it an 8, but everything else was a 9 or a 10.
Yeah, not bad.
John Wick, my lowest thing was the plot, and I gave that a 7 because I wanted a little bit more to it, but I liked your simplicity to it and how you gave it a 10. I thought that was awesome. Let's see, what else? Temple of Doom, my lowest was the cast because I didn't recognize a lot of the cast, and I think you and I got the same score of a 7 for the cast. For Predator, my lowest score was the acting. I gave it a 6. And you gave it a 7, so that wasn't too bad. And then for Evil Dead 2, my lowest was the cast. I gave it a 4. And you gave it a 5.
Yeah, so
but that's just because, but that's because Ted Raimi I knew by name but not by face.
Oh, okay. He was in Spider-Man.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I know the name, and I had no idea that what the character that he played. I was like, in the movie, I couldn't have picked him out, but I was like, oh, Ted Raimi's in the movie, cool.
Well, the funny thing is, you wouldn't even know because he plays he's the female.
He's the hag. He's the witch.
Yeah,
right?
he's the witch. Yeah. So you would not even know. I mean, even voice wise, you would not even know because it's all electronic. I mean, they put effects on his screaming and talking. But
it's like the new It movies. I had no idea that was Bill Skarsgård without looking at the cast. I had no clue. There's another one like in Tropic Thunder where Tom Cruise has that part in it, and I could not have told you that was Tom Cruise.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that thing with the comb over and the arm hair, and I was like, I did not pick him out, but I was like, wait, Tom Cruise is in the movie, and then I realized who it was, and then I figured it out.
It's the same thing as people are going all crazy for the Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they're like, oh my god, Christian Hayden is back as Darth Vader, but I'm like, how do you know? It could be anyone in a Darth Vader fucking suit, and James Earl Jones is doing the voice.
He's come. Yeah, he's back for the voice.
It's like,
How do you know? Yeah,
back.
it's like, oh my god, it's the same. No, how do you know it's the same dude?
It could be anybody in the freaking suit.
It could be anybody dressed like a 7-foot black penis. It could be anybody.
Yeah, so pretty much. I mean, that's what makes it funny. But yeah, those are good scores though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
I would have thought the others would be high, but I could see those being in the 90s, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think we were pretty close on Evil Dead 2. I think it was Temple of Doom was the one that I was shocked. I thought you would give it higher than a 76. But
Yeah.
but your reasoning, your logic was sound. Quoting Spock. The cadet's logic is sound. So
You know, this would be a fun. This would be a fun way to do. I mean, I know you pick your favorite movies to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun to do like a sci-fi 5.
Yeah.
Like your favorite top 5 sci-fis, and then it'll be fun because you can break those or disaster movies or stuff like that. Then you can break it down in logic terms, and then it's fun to sit down and talk about.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's funny. I actually on May 18th, with his anniversary of Mount St. Helens when it erupted, I did this with May 18th. Yeah, I did Dante's Peak and Volcano, and then I did The Day After Tomorrow, Twister, Armageddon, and Greenland as 6 disaster movies, and did the review like this, scored them. But yeah, I'm doing like genres. So like right now we're working on animated movies. So we're doing that. We just finished doing action movies. I have a buddy from Colorado who does the other podcast that I host called Spirits with Spirits, and he's with me on that. He picks 5, I pick 5. Greenlight Filmmaking is in for sci-fi, so we'll do that. But yeah, I am totally down. If you want to come back, Alex, and you say I'm going to pick 5 sci-fi movies, let's do it.
If you want me to do it, I'll do it. I don't care. That'll be fun. I can't pick the ones that I did already. But
no, you can't. But you can't do Predator. You got to pick something else.
Oh, I already got the 5 on top of my head.
I bet you do.
I already like this.
You got to be like, okay, Aliens. See, I'd be like Aliens, Equilibrium, Fifth Element, Independence Day, and what is that? I had it. I had the 5th one, and I lost it.
Well, mine would be Aliens, Fifth Element, Judge Dredd, the Stallone one.
Right.
I would pick Demolition Man, 4, and then my 5th would be.
Hey, I was having a problem. I'm like
5th.
Total Recall. That was going to be my 5th.
I would do that one too. Total Recall. Those would be
the Arnold one, not the Colin Farrell one.
Yeah. That would be 90s one. Yeah. Those would be my 5 if we do a sci-fi 5 with a high 5. Sci-fi high 5.
Sci-fi 5.
Yeah, sci-fi high 5. That's the combo 5.
Turn the fans in. Do it, Alex.
Do what?
The Sci-Fi 5.
Oh. And
then yeah. What was that? Let's see. Any Close Encounters will need to be on the list. Good one.
I watched that. I wasn't too crazy with it. That would be the lowest score on my,
That'd be like,
my high 5.
I'd be like, Close Encounters gets a 2. Looper, Alien, and Ex Machina. Those are interesting ones.
I'll take out one of the Arnolds. I'll take out Total Recall, and I'll put Edge of Tomorrow, because I just saw it for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I will do Edge of Tomorrow, Demolition Man, Judge Dredd from 90s. Damn, I just forgot the other 2. That's so fucking funny. I'll just play the rewind.
Fifth Element. Yeah, I'm
gonna have to write it down.
One of mine is Equilibrium. I love that one with Christian Bale. I'm a huge fan of that. Oh, you got to watch that. If you sci-fi action, totally watch that movie. I think it might be right up your alley. I think you might enjoy that. That's your homework, buddy. I'm going to have you watch Equilibrium. I'll check out Reacher,
Everyone
and
has homework. Turner
everyone
fans,
has homework.
Nancy, Evident too.
And
Everyone got homework to do.
Pop Culture 33. I'm gonna make you watch The Proposal.
Kate and Leopold.
Kate and Leopold, do it. No.
No, I'll come back for a Hi-5 sci-fi. Just give me a
Yeah, I'll give you some recovery time so you can.
yeah. How about 4th of July for Independence Day?
Okay. I would love to do that.
Not on the 4th.
Yeah,
That's everyone's hanging out that day.
we could do the before that, maybe the week before that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Okay. Yeah, because the week of the 4th through the 9th, that's my no stream week because that's my anniversary. So my anniversary is on the 7th.
Yeah.
So
No.
under
I mean, we can do it beforehand.
under penalty of death by my wife, I am not allowed to do any streaming.
Oh, mine too. Mine
Our
is July 17th. That
Nice.
week is 17 on. I can't do. But yeah, we could do. Let's do that. The few days before, the week before 4th of July will be sci-fi Hi-5.
Sci-fi Hi-5.
Here you go, sci-fi Hi-5.
Sci-fi Hi-5.
There you have it. You see how easy that is?
Okay.
ladies and
Do you want
gentlemen?
to each do 5, or you pick 5 and then we do it like we did here?
No. Let's we go how we did it because now I understand.
You understand how it works?
We can flow. We can flow with quick now.
Okay.
So, I think let's people see you do it live also.
Okay.
So that day, for a special day,
Okay.
me and you are gonna be doing our rankings live.
Live.
But you're gonna narrate it today, because I get confused. But you're gonna be doing the stuff.
I'll navigate. I'll lead everything in, and we'll do that together. But yeah, let's do 5. Well, do you want to do the same 5 movies live, or do you want to do 5 different movies each?
No, we'll do 5 different movies. Because I always say that with
you
Nate.
pick. Okay, so that way we don't. That way we don't double dip.
Yes.
So you and I will each pick 5 different movies.
Yes.
I'm down. I'm down for it. Let's do it.
All
the
right,
sci-fi Hi-5.
Sci-fi Hi-5. There we go.
All right.
Yes, and then the cover would be me and you dressed like Men in Black, like
with the sunglasses and the tie.
Yeah, we'll be the special edition Men in Black live stream.
I'm down for that. That sounds like fun.
Yes, I'll even dress like a Men in Black for that day. I'll go straight black suit, black tie, and sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
Oh, for the hell of it, why not?
All right.
Man. Oh, yes.
All right, we're getting ready to sign off here, Alex. Yeah. Let's go ahead and promo your pages and grams and books, and you guys, if you're not following him, follow him. I think most of these guys are more your fans than my fans, so that's totally fine. But
no.
But yeah, if you guys check out his stuff. He's got a great show on Mondays, and the new show coming up, Inside the Collector's Cave. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, oh, thanks. So Inside the Collector's Cave is happening this Saturday. It's actually the first. I'm actually excited because this is a concept that I've been working on for a while. I did it before a long time ago, but I wanted to iron it out more because I didn't want it to be like everyone else's sit-down interview base. So on Saturday, for the first time, we're going to be launching the first live show. But it's not always Saturdays. I don't want people to be like, it's a Saturday at 9. I'm trying to have comfortable for the content creators. So if they are available Saturdays, I'm going to open myself to do Saturdays. If they are available Monday through Fridays, except Mondays and Tuesdays, but Wednesdays through Friday, I'll be available and we'll make it happen. So it's every 2 weeks, I'm going to sit down and interview a content creator. And the cool thing about the Collector's Cave is not only about movies. And this is the thing that I want to emphasize. This is any type of collector. This is what I want to concentrate. And I always wanted the Geeks and Flix show to be like a late night type talk show. And I was talking to you about that, Dave. So basically, I want to interview people that collect different types, whether it's guitars, because I used to be a musician. So it's the guitars, bubble gum, cards, video games, comic books. I want to sit down and talk to you about why you do what you do. So it's basically the first half of the show is basically me talking. If I'm doing sit down with Dave, the first half of the show is basically about David. I want to know about Dave. What does he do? Like who he is. Like why does he do what he does? And then the
Why does
second
your
half,
brain work like that?
yeah. And then after that, we go right into his collection because I believe that you could tell a creator with their collection, like who they are through their work. So you could tell a guy talking music, their collection is gonna be guitars, drums, or bass, depending on what musician they are, violinist. I don't care what it is. But that's the whole premise of the show. So Saturday is gonna be the first time. It's going to be questions. It's not gonna be like out of the air. I wrote down questions. It's just gonna be just like the Insider Studio actor studio, but a collector's cave version. So you're going to feel like you're getting interviewed, and that's what I want the people to feel like a celebrity coming onto the show. I've been working really hard to make it a broadcast feel, making it feel like you're actually on a TV show. Hopefully it comes out well, but again, there's always trials when you do new stuff. So that's this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Again, if you guys want to be featured on it, I really don't care for sub count. I don't want people to be like, oh, it's a sub. It's not about sub count. I don't care how big your collection is. You can have 2 movies. I just want to know about the person. Why you have a YouTube channel. If you have a YouTube channel, great. If you don't, if you have an Instagram page and that's all you concentrate on, then I want to sit down and talk to you about it. I want to know about what makes people tick in community. I mean, there's people out there that spends hundreds upon hundreds of dollars a month, a week. So I just want to sit down and talk to you guys. And so, yeah, I hope it turns out great. So yeah, the first show is going to be with Charles, Cinematic Universe. He's on Instagram, so you can check out his page there. On YouTube, it's called Charles with an S at the end. Cinematic Universe. So he's one of those that he collects movies and CDs and stuff. I saw a lot of his videos just to get a feel for him. He has a lot of stuff. I see Turner Fan is the second episode. That's happening 2 weeks after that. Turner is going to sit down in the seat and I'm going to be interviewing him. See, I don't want people to feel pressured, but I just want them to feel, like, I don't know, like you being, I guess, an interview. But yeah.
I thought you were going to say interrogated for a second.
Yeah, I'm going to interrogate you for like an hour.
All right, Turner Fan, where were you on the night of June 8th, 1994?
No, but that's pretty much inside. You'll get to feel. You'll see when the first episode drops, like how the format works.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna be showing off their prized possessions, their least favorite. A lot of stuff. We're gonna get into a lot of deep, pretty much a deep dive into people's collections, and that's pretty much what you get from inside the collector studio. Other than that, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern, we go live. Topics, as I said, this and that is this Monday at 9 p.m. Pretty Woman versus What a Woman Wants. The month of June, the director spotlight for that month is Christopher Nolan. So me and Nate's gonna see the entire Christopher Nolan filmography, and live for that one show, we're gonna rank it, talk about our favorite dislikes and likes. And Giovanni, which is Greenlight Filmmaking, he's going to be the special guest because he's an actual filmmaker. So he's going to be talking about what makes Christopher Nolan tick. So again, he's going to be a special guest on that. So
awesome
for that episode. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's the first time me sitting here on the Hi-5. I felt pressured, but then it was amazing. It was
good.
great.
I'm glad you like it, bro. It was a pleasure having you on. Great talking to you about movies. God, before we get out of here, any closing thoughts?
Thoughts?
Besides marshmallow cream and moments to yourself.
No, it's for anyone out there, I mean, you got to do this because it's pretty cool because you break down the movie that you like or you love or whatever topic you're sitting down for. It makes it fun. Because you start to think back, like, who is the actors? And I recommend not going on internet database. Let the host do it. But for you, don't do it because it makes your score generic. Not generic. I'm sorry. It makes your score authentic. That's the word, not generic. It makes it authentic, because then you start to think like, okay, who is this guy? If you can name the person plus the other project you see him on, then that's the 2 points.
Yeah.
If you just go, I know him by name, you can't give him it's just by name. I think you got to be verified once you hit him with another project that person's been on. So I like it. It's a great concept. It's really fun, and I can't wait to sit back for the special features of the sci-fi, because I like sci-fi. So that's gonna be actually really fun too. To be honest with you, it's really great. It's really fun, and it was honored. Again, I don't do much live streaming. I mean, being guest on people's show. So
Yeah.
It's a rarity for me, to be honest with you. It's
Yeah.
a very
No.
rarity for me.
Really,
so thank you so much.
yeah, no, it's been great. I really like having you on, and I liked getting your thoughts on how you score the movies, and it was kind of like that's kind of one I wanted to surprise you live with this, is to go, okay, so you're not thinking of it ahead of time. You're like, here's the aspect, here's what you're scoring it on, and then you're like, oh, well, if that's the case, like reading the plot from IMDb, it's like, oh, well, if I'm reading it based on that and nothing else, would I watch the movie? And I think that's a really cool thing that you're able to pull yourself out of that and blindly, score it without knowing beforehand what these aspects are going to fully be. So I really appreciate your being on. So I'm gonna throw my intro up as we go out, but before I get out here, I'll plug my stuff. So you guys be sure to hit the like button on this stream. It has been great having you on here. I love the interaction with you guys. Greenlight, Turner Fan, really old movies, Pop Culture 33. Jared Runner was on earlier. I loved having you guys on here. Great feedback. But subscribe if you can. Turn on your notifications. Check me out with other stuff, because I do recordings and streams and stuff all the time. There's lots of content. Also, check me out on Instagram at the 4K Lowedown now. I just changed that recently. And on YouTube, since I hit 100, I got my custom URL.
There you go.
So yeah, I feel like I finally ascended to the top of the skyscraper. I've got my proton pack ready. I know you've got yours right by your vacuum cleaner.
I even have the mirror on from the movie over here. You see it? It's right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's the Spangler version.
Oh.
This is from Afterlife.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. So, how do you activate? Yep, and then you take it and then you shoot.
That's awesome. I love the props that you have and the figures and stuff behind you. It's real awesome.
And then you could even do the movie scene, right? So you're shooting, going, oh, right? And then you go, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, wait. Whoa! Nice shooting, Tex.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Yeah, nice shooting. Yeah, you could even, I mean, you could, let me see. Do, re, Egon. oh. There you go.
There you go. That's the one.
Yeah, there you go. No, but yeah, I love this stuff. I'm sorry, I know we gotta go. I ordered the movie replica proton pack that attaches to this from Hasbro.
Okay.
It comes in 2023, so next year.
Okay.
So, I can't wait, baby.
I bet.
I can't wait. I'm wearing it all day. I'll be going to the supermarket. Like, why, sir? Why are you wearing that? Busted make me feel good, man.
Busted make me feel good. Where's your marshmallow cream at?
Where's your marshmallow? There's a marshmallow. Standing in a marshmallow section and you shoot it. What are you doing? Buster make me feel good. Buster make me feel good. You gotta film that. A local here in New Jersey he's a psycho running around. Oh my god, that's too much.
Alex is the best rapper. Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, never. Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here, Alex. What do you say?
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everyone, for showing up, and everyone on the replay.
Two 5s for everybody. Great
Yes.
job. All right,
High
I'm
five.
David with the 4K Lowdown. High five.
High
Alex
five. There
with
you
Geeks and
go.
Flix. Thank you so much. You guys take care, and we'll see you next time.